that your Discord's run by illegal immigrants or anything like that. I shouldn't do that.
The stream is on right now, but
Oh
cool.
shit!
Anyhow, that's that's neat. I don't know you get that opinion, but anyhow, so this is episode 7 of the Skullgirls Oceanic Podcast, and it's run by your boy. You'll notice a lot of things have changed this time. Like, we actually have something in the background now for people to look at. There's a cool overlay and all that sort of stuff. And we actually have a Discord chat down the right, which you can see to see who's speaking. And we'll have multiple guests coming in at this point, or at some point, anyhow. And which should be cool. So, without further... Why am I dropping frames? That's not good. Anyhow, without further ado, I'll just announce, or call out my first guest for today. Dane, what's up, man?
Hey, it's a pleasure to be on the podcast. Thank you so much for having me.
This is the first time we ever spoken. Actually, I think, is that right?
I believe so. I believe we've bodied each other a couple of times in Skullgirls, and then I had to drop off to deal with university and then deal with events. And now suddenly I'm back in the scene again.
Right. So, I think when I started playing, it was when was it? 2015-ish. You were still playing around that time, but then
Yeah, I believe
shortly
that
after
sounds right.
that, you pretty much dropped out
Yeah,
of the
that
scene.
was possibly due to maybe going into university and learning event management, and then now I'm starting to come back in because I'm now seeing that there's now a huge growth in the Skullgirls play around in Australia to the point where when it came to BAM, we had 10 people, which
Yeah.
is 10 times the amount of people that came last year to play Skullgirls with BAM.
I mean, 0 times infinity is still 0. It's
Yeah,
I guess
that's the joke, my man.
that's why something like that happens. I'm not sure, but it's 10 more people than we had before, I suppose. Anyhow.
Absolutely no. We had a great turnout this year. I'm really
Yeah.
happy with how it came out.
We had a great time. I wasn't there obviously, but everybody apparently had a really good time as well.
Every piece of feedback I got from that event, from the attendees to the exhibitors to the vendors to even the staff, said this was possibly one of the best BAMs we've had.
Right.
So really happy with how it turned out.
Right. So BAM, if people don't know, and a few people that I talked to about things didn't know what BAM was, and BAM is basically Australia's Evo, I suppose, at this point, because OHN's not gonna be that big this year, from what I've heard.
OHN I actually respect though for being one of the longest fighting game tournaments to be played over in Australia.
Oh yeah, totally.
BAM is the biggest and possibly the second biggest esports tournament in Australia, but I personally respect OHN and I'll possibly be trying to make my way down there as well to see what I can learn from people who've been doing it for longer than I have.
I've heard from a few places around the house, I suppose, whereas they were like, oh no, is not really getting a lot of sponsors this year, and possibly because of that it'll be downsizing, which is kind of a shame.
Sure.
But OHN and Shadowloo Showdown have they used to be the biggest tournaments. Now it's pretty much BAM that's taken over that, which is a change of pace that's appreciated. I guess I'm not sure. Changing of the guard is always cool. I guess.
I guess, but I'm honestly kind of confused as to how that's become the case. I mean, I guess having the venue be MCEC really helps. It's one of the best venues in Australia.
Right.
But I'm not really too sure. Shadowloo was before my time, and OHN, I'm not sure whether it's the location being in Sydney or whether it's some other sort of factor, but I'm not really too sure how it sort of turned out this way. I'm not sure whether it's also because the fighting game genre in an industry of esports growing as it is already a niche in itself, and whether people are not really too sure about that sort of genre, especially with how shaky it is morally to some people on the outside. But I don't know. I think it's making it right, especially since it's now the second biggest esports tournament in Australia. I think we've also confirmed that again for this year as well. But the divide between the second biggest esports tournament in Australia versus the biggest esports tournament in Australia is leaps and bounds in the gap of how many people attended those events.
Wait, which is the first one?
I think it was the Sydney event. Hold I can do a quick Google check. I think it was ESL. I might be wrong.
ESL, it makes sense if it was, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I believe it was. No, IEM, I think it was. The IEM stream. I have to look it up. I might be wrong.
Right.
IEM sounds right, though.
But yeah, like still like as far as fighting games are concerned, it's the number one event, which is pretty cool. And
Hmm.
like BAM like 9 I think is basically where it all started like that, where 9 was really big and like people were like, "Oh, it's a big tournament now." And then 10 was, I mean like sorry, 8. 8 was like really big and people were like, "Oh, it's really cool." And then 9 was like, "Actually, we're putting everything into this." And then
Yeah.
10's, what do you call it? You're
The
harvesting
jump.
the labors of your effort or whatever. I'm not sure what the actual saying is.
Yeah, cultivating our harvest, I think
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
something like that. Yeah, the jump from BAM 8 to BAM 9 is ridiculous. It was literally moving out of a venue the size of maybe a small mansion to the MCEC. It's not only a much bigger and better venue, but just the scope of it is just already amazing. The MCEC already has a reputation for being like a really good company and managed by people that really do want to help your event succeed because they want to keep having you back for those events.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know whether you know much about the MCEC, but it's just these like the one hall that you can hire out is like I think it was like 30,000 square foot room with absolutely pillarless space in it, and we had to deal with a room that was maybe a fraction of that size, maybe a quarter of that size, with pillars.
Right.
You can tell that I'm an event nerd. So
Wait,
I
that is
just
this year?
started flexing out. What's this?
Is this for this year or last year?
Ben 10's venue, yeah, that we had MCAC this year, and then
All right.
we
Oh, so
had
it's still the smaller like part of their entire venue.
oh yeah, like the last venue that we had is fantastic, and we had it for our December ranking battle. It's
Right.
great, it's fantastic, but compared to MCEC, like it's not even like comparing the two or whether who's good and who's better, but it's just that we couldn't fit BAM 9 in our old venue being QC functions,
Right.
or CQ functions, sorry. And we definitely couldn't fit this year's BAM into that venue either.
Right. It's
You got
just
people
good
in,
progress. It's always been like it's been cool to follow it as it's gone on, I suppose.
oh
But
yeah, me too. Like I was standing on
well,
the shoulders of the Giants when I came in.
uh, right. So how has like running BAM for you been since you've? I guess is this your first year or was last year your first year of actually being
So
part of BAM?
last year I was part of BAM as part of my education for event management. I was just only a foot soldier doing front desk. But this year I've been the acting secretary and I've been doing so for over a year. And this year I actually not only got to run one of the biggest events, the second biggest event in esports, as well as one of the biggest events in fighting games here in Australia, but it's also my first event that I ever got to touch and actually have a big part in helping
Right.
set up. So I'm really honored and really appreciative to all my people in the community that accepted me and brought me in to help out.
Right.
What
You're just gonna
about
have to
you
talk a
guys?
little bit. There's one thing I gotta fix right now. Sorry.
Absolutely sure. What do you want me to ramble on about so I
I
can
don't know
cover
how
you on
BAM
the
was. I'm
back
not
end?
sure. Because
Okay,
the stream is a bit messed up. Shit.
Gotcha. So let's see, what can I talk about? So my job at BAM was really just sort of an event operations sort of side of things. I was managing some of our vendors and our artists, and we also had some independent game developers come in and show off their games. And we also had some really good victories when it came to our tournaments as well. From what I hear, Street Fighter V completed maybe 40 minutes ahead of schedule.
Oh, that's always good.
And yeah, oh hell yeah. And I had tournament organizers going, dude, this is bullshit. We don't have anything to put up on stream. I think they were doing that in jest, though. The other thing was that Smash had no issues with their stream, apparently, or at least
Right.
Smash 4. And I barely heard any bad criticism from that event. From the attendees to, I think I mentioned this earlier, from the attendees to the staff to everyone.
Yeah, I've yet to hear anything like resembling a complaint about the event.
Yeah, went off without a hitch and helped make my sanity grow better because this was 6 months of my life going, oh god, is it gotta be good? And no, it was possibly it was 110% the best event, like the best outcome we could have ever had.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we've never had you before, so I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about like how Skullgirls was for you as a game and like when you started and all that sort of stuff.
Skullgirls I got into, I think because the animation style, and I think was a lot of what people drew into that game. And I guess I started to get more seriously into it when it started to port over to the PC, and especially after the Indiegogo came in. And I think my first team I think I ever played on Skullgirls was Parasol Squiggly, which I think is still a viable team even to this day.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I think it has issues suffering with zoning, but I personally would have liked to go back to that team. Now I just play the Mike Z team, being Cerebella Big Band.
Right.
I need to get back into that game and start getting my chops down again.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. In terms of Skullgirls in the community, I'm actually really surprised as to how. I don't know. Like, have you been to the Sydney scene? I haven't actually checked out to see how big their Skullgirls tournaments are.
Oh, I've never been to Australia for a major, like for fighting games. I've been there like as like a tourist once, but from what I hear, it's like consistently getting like 7 to 8 people at their monthlies, which is pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, like almost every time you go into a Skullgirls tournament, an Australian event, you're already top 8, top 10, whatever.
I mean, that's not gonna. It's not
I
really
mean,
gonna go away.
logistically-wise, like that's the number that you're given, but still, like.
Yeah, like even so, it's like pretty cool that it's still getting like offline people at the very least. Because before it didn't really have that, I guess luxury.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like I think I remember doing some. I think I held the Skullgirls tournament. I think it was like either BAM 7 or BAM 8. I did one of the tournaments there.
Right.
And we
Yeah,
had
I
that
think I remember
tradition
watching
of-
one of your games. It was pretty cool. When
Oh,
Sion
really?
was like, "Oh,
Awesome.
this is my like, this is my only like offline footage, and I'm so bad because it's PS3 or whatever." I thought it was really funny.
Oh man, I actually I think I commentated on one of those too. I think.
Yeah.
Back when I had long ass hair and looked like Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
I think I ran Eliza in that team at some point. Same character with Eliza on point. I think.
Yeah, I think the only characters I remember playing of you were like Bella was like that was pretty much it.
Yeah, Bella
That's pretty
Band
tight.
is usually the character I played. I was dabbling in Squiggly for a while, and then I just sort of went back to playing Cerebella.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
play
pretty good.
the old
Damage.
old faithful, I guess.
Old Faithful. It also does a lot of fucking damage too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's part of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we allowed to swear on?
Oh
the
no, yeah, go
podcast?
ahead, let it rip.
Alright. Oh, fucking sweet, Rad. You're a fucking champ.
Thank you.
When are these other bastards coming in so we can talk? And why won't Boot to the head shut the fuck up?
Would say something. I think his
Well, we
mic isn't
can't-
working. I'm not sure.
Oh no, we can barely like talk over him though. Like, God, we can't even get a word in.
Yeah, I mean you're right. But yeah, it's as far as like Bam, as far as Skullgirls at Bam goes, it was a bit of a like, not I don't want to say all of a sudden thing, but it basically was that. Like it just was like, hey, we're having Skullgirls at Bam. Let's just have everybody show up.
Oh
And then
yeah.
people was like,
yeah,
oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping because we had 10 people come in and we have the bigger infrastructure for it. I'm hoping that we can get possibly double that amount for next year. I'll be happy if 20 people would sign on to play Skullgirls tournament. And I was talking with someone while I was playing with Age, how he was saying how he wasn't really too comfortable joining the tournament. My words to him were, look, if you want to have more Skullgirls be exposed to the community in BAM and within the community, you have to play these games and you have to add to that number of people joining. Because people on the outside are going to look at that number and either go, oh, they're either doing really small stuff or they're only like just staying afloat, or they're going to look at it and go, oh, it's really growing. Maybe it's my time to jump back in again.
Yeah, or if you're new, you're like, oh, this game's picking up again. I've always wanted to play it, but I never really got the time or whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I hope that a lot more people will be jumping on now that the game is completely patched and everything is the way it should be.
I mean, I'm not sure if everything is the way it should be, but We're close to it.
No Johns, no Johns.
I mean, yeah, Squiggly exists. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
I was actually really surprised that Jedi Link took first place at the Skullgirls tournament here. I remember him coming to the front desk and saying he was winning.
Yeah, it was a weird tournament. Like the way CM played was like, I guess I could have talked about it if he was here at the moment, but I'm not sure. I can just add him again, I guess.
But what I was telling Jedi and what I was telling Chris is that it's not that you got shits over the years. It's just that it seems like the Skullgirls community is now starting to balance out to the point where we're now having these power struggles, which is good.
Yeah.
Because Chris took every tournament for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years in a row. And it's not that he needs to be dethroned or anything, but it's now just come to the point where there's now a challenge.
Yeah, like I think they mentioned, like CM mentioned to me that he played Jedi in a set after the tournament, like an offline laptop set, so there's no lag or whatever, and it was like 30-28 his way. And
I think it was like, was it 30-28? Oh yeah, okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, and he was like
50-48.
I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure the exact number, but I know it's like really close. And he's like, this is the closest set that I've played in Skullgirls in a long time. And I was like, I'm not sure if he's happy, but if I were him, I would be. Because there's actually someone to play against and be good against, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. I would have loved to have seen that. I actually pulled him up afterward and said, look, I missed that. Can you go grab him and do that again? And like play it exactly the same way so I can see how the two of you play. Right. I haven't played Jedi yet. I played Diamond. I just haven't played Jedi just yet.
Yeah,
I'm going to get my ass whooped, but still.
Dime's been away for a while, so I'm not sure if you'll ever play him in this game.
I think Diamond was actually a BAM too.
Diamond! Oh, you mean Crazy Diamond. Risky, alright.
Yeah, that man, yeah.
I thought you meant Dime X, and I was like, eee. That guy.
Oh, Dime? Dime! Oh, fuck yeah, Dime. I'd love to see Dime again.
I think he's playing DBFC at the moment. I'm not sure exactly.
What was that?
I think he plays like DBFC is pretty much it. I'm not sure if he plays anything else.
Leslie? BBFC?
Oh, DBFC, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh, DBFC. Right. Yeah, okay. I can see how I can be ported over to that. Would like to play Skullgirls with him again. Better yet, I'd like for him to come to BAM, so that's my little shout out to Dime. Please come to BAM 11 if that. Of course it will happen. But BAM 11, come over, please.
Yeah.
I want to meet you.
It'd be fun to meet him. It's from what I've heard of him differently, he's a very eccentric fellow. Totally.
I've heard that too. I would like to have him BAM. I'm calling everyone out because I'd also love to have the Skullgirls community grow though.
Yeah, totally. Like if he comes back, it'll be more numbers is always good.
Hell yeah.
Boot. I'm not sure if you still know, but your mic is still muted. Oh, he's actually muted now. Okay, I guess that makes a lot more sense now.
You're actually muted. Yeah.
I just didn't want to bother you.
Oh no, go ahead, dude. Just jump in whenever.
Boot to the head, everybody.
First time I saw Boot, he's a very huggable fellow. I'll say that.
I see. I'll take that as a compliment.
That.
Yeah, it's meant to be that. So take it. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, it was. I mean, see, I'm saying something. Anyhow, so basically, like, how was the tournament? Because you were like one of the few people who were there. How was the extra tournament experience?
I think it was great. Well, obviously I did not do very well.
Yeah. I mean, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I get it. Yeah, I really enjoyed just meeting people, like connecting names to faces.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like, for one, Jedi did not look anything like I thought he would.
He didn't look like an actual Jedi, I guess.
I have this horrible habit of associating people with their Discord avatars.
Oh yeah. No, I think everybody has that to some extent. I think.
Yeah, fair enough. So I was just really shocked that he's not a red-haired squiggly with a snake coming out of his head.
Yeah, that threw me off too, actually. I thought that was really strange. He had this assumption. So I'll be interested to see what you pull off of my Discord picture then. It's ironic because they almost look exactly the same.
I can see the resemblance. Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know whether people can see it on stream, but I've
Oh, no,
ripped
yeah, they
the
can.
picture from. Okay, they can. For people that don't know, it's the one of the faces from Psychic Pebbles' small dumb animations. It was an inside joke with me and my roommates over the years, over the year last year. So I just made it that. It's your boy.
Your
The
mic's
man
muted
himself.
again.
What?
It's not muted. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, you're muted. That's why we can hear it respond to you.
Yeah, you're right. He got me.
I
Touche.
figure a way to be heard even after being muted.
You know, you can hear it now. It's all good. But yeah, but like just do you have anything much else to say about your BAM experience?
I don't really think I do, honestly. It's just an overall fun time.
Right.
Like, if you got questions, I can probably answer them, but
What
otherwise...
did you think of the event itself? Because I'll talk about the event well, because I ran the thing, and I'm obligated to. But I'd like
Right.
to hear your thoughts on it.
Like, at least the parts I'm familiar with. It seems pretty fine. It was really fun. I heard, like, one bad thing, but it's, like, not about Skullgirls. So, like, I don't think that's really relevant right now.
But what was the issue?
It was like, do you know who Armada is, right?
Oh,
The
yeah. of
melee
course.
player?
Oh yeah, I heard about what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, he like tweeted something about the melee part of the tournament. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, so
Really?
basically he was like he like
but
he like
yeah.
did some combo or something, then people started booing him, and he was a bit ticked off about that, which I can understand.
Oh wow.
Oh, so what? There was this beef online?
Not really beef. He was just like people were like mad about. He was mad about. Oh, maybe not even mad, but like he was like, "Hey, why are people booing me when I come to your event and I'm doing a combo and you're booing me?" It's kind of whatever, you know.
Oh, so our people were bullying our guests that
Oh,
paid-
booing, not bullying. It's like just
Oh,
booing.
bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
booing him, like, "Oh, he's a cheap combo, cheap character, whatever." I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of like
ironically, or were like they be actually being shitheads about it?
I'm not sure. I didn't catch that from the tweet itself.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact details. I just know secondhand information from my friends who actually play Smash.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like if
Yeah,
anything, it might
otherwise
just be in
it's-
jest or something, you know, just like making fun of it.
Yeah, knowing us, it's probably in jest.
Yeah.
Did they pull them aside and ask whether they were saying boo or boo worms? Because I'm interested to hear about whether... Just in case I need to go headhunting for BAM 11, that's all.
I'm not sure. It's probably worth looking it up at some point.
I was saying boo worms.
But otherwise, yeah, it's a great event. Like I was staying around to watch Guilty Gear because a lot of my friends from the community play that game. That was a complete blast. Like top 8, Guilty was pretty hype.
Sweet, dude. I'm happy there was a big Guilty Gear and anime scene there. What actually surprises me every event is how big of a Gundam scene we have.
I never knew there was a Gundam game.
I definitely did. You know what's interesting though? I know because every time I sort out the venue map, I have to specifically organize the tables for it because
You have to get like 5 freaking
yeah.
monitors for one Gundam setup. Yeah.
I think so, something
Whack.
like that, yeah. So I have to set up 4 tables and set those aside so they can fucking play their game as it was meant to be.
Yeah. So the Gundam
Fucking
games.
asshole, Vincent. No, you're actually a really cool guy. I really
Wait,
yeah.
does Gundam seriously require 4 consoles to run one
Something
setup?
like that, or at least 4 screens.
Yeah, I know
think
4
it's like-
screens, but I didn't know 4 setups. That'd be actually insane.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's 4. I'll have to ask him, but it's.
So
4
apparently,
tables.
according to Forte, Vincent, the like Australian Gundam scene is internationally competitive.
Wow.
Like they
Whoa.
invite Japan down and fuck up Japan.
Whoa!
It's
I've-
fucking
I've-
great.
I did not expect that to escalate so quickly.
Yeah, I've never like. It's been a long time since I've heard Australia destroy somebody at a fighting game.
Yeah, holy shit! Did you hear? I think it was like Tin or Tim or I don't know who it is because I don't know shit about Melbourne Tekken, but That guy.
Oh yeah,
whoever he
Naveed.
is,
Yeah. That guy's really good.
He knocked fucking Kudans out of losers bracket.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's it's Melbourne.
Melbourne
Tekken. Goddamn.
I've heard.
He also
There's
went
also
from
like
to Melbourne Tekken.
there's a not to ramp up in New Zealand, but there was like a New Zealand guy who like almost beat Anobi as well with Yoshi. It was pretty sick. Shout outs to Fergus
Wow.
if he's listening. He's probably not.
Are you a part of the Standing Fierce community over in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Nice, because I saw some of your boys down here, and I want you to give them a shout out.
Yeah, it's always cool to see them.
Yeah,
Doing
I
things.
saw
I didn't go
them.
because I couldn't make it, but because uni was like
Please
an
come.
absolutely terrible time.
Come next year, sort your shit out for next year.
Yeah, I mean, like, hopefully if I do well this year, next year I only have to do, like, one course. And one course is way easier to manage.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Your second course will be coming to BAM and studying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I have to study to destroy all these Americans or whatever, Australians and all that.
We'll see.
Destroy everybody at this shit game.
Chris, how's your experience?
Oh, my experience was fucking... I honestly think that BAM 10 may have been the exact experience that I needed in my life and was probably like I actually right now cannot think of a better experience that I had in my life other than BAM 10, like at this exact moment.
Can I get that quoted so I can put that on the poster for BAM 11?
Yes. By all means.
Like,
Damn.
just have it as a quote in the promotional video.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, this BAM 10 was the best experience I ever had in my life.
Absolutely. Great, because I'm going to be starting BAM 11 production in a fortnight, I'd say. Getting
Wait,
the plans
already?
for that. For me,
He has to, yeah. It's a big
Holy
tournament,
hell.
dude.
Okay, yeah, because BAM 9 was finished in like 6 months of planning. And this year was 6 months of planning as well.
Oh,
But the
jeez.
thing is, with last year, apparently they only scored the venue very close to the event itself. So there was a whole lot of rush to get the venue map sorted out. But this time we were prepared.
Ah, okay.
And I did a lot of the venue mapping for that and a lot of the vendors and a lot of that. And not to toot my own horn, because we had so many talented tournament organizers and people coming in with their products that were able to pay us and do what we were able to do. So I was standing on the shoulders of giants at that event because I've only been part of the community for only a few years or so. So to have them welcome me in and allow me to do what I was able to do was like so gratifying and so humbling.
Yeah. You don't need to toot your own horn. People gave you a fucking medal for your job.
Oh, don't bring that on stream. No.
That sounds amazing. It's like
I did not know this. That's,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I was staying. I think I was at the venue till 9 o'clock after the doors closed at 6 doing bump out, and then I finally made it to the after party, and I saw the people from TP Studios who I've now drafted in for 2 events now, where I did the December ranking battle where they showed off the games, and then this event. A little fun fact about networking is that I was talking with a friend of mine that I know from primary school because she's an artist and we're good friends. We played last time we played Mario Kart together in the Flinders Street McDonald's just for like 2 hours.
Excellent.
Anyways,
sounds like a boss.
yeah, absolutely. And I was asking her how's it all going in life because we were just catching up, and he said, "Oh yeah, one of my you remember Nathan whatsoever from primary school?" And I went, "Oh yeah, absolutely. What's he doing with himself?" And she says, "Oh yeah, he's a game developer now." Really? And I reached out to him, and they've now welcomed me in, and they've been super supportive of our events. They've come to both the December ranking battle and now BAM, and they absolutely love the experience. I'll get into them in a bit later, but I came into the after party and talked with them a little bit and was goofing, and then our treasurer Jarby comes in and says, "So, committee have decided we'd really like to give you a medal for all the work that you've done for the event. We'd really love to have you there." And they've quoted to say that, "Oh, BAM wouldn't have been what it was without you." And then they go, "That's bullshit. We've got such a good team that I think that's possible." So of course, the only person who gets a medal for not playing a game and I get a participation ribbon. It's great. I love it.
How did you, I mean, I guess it's like obvious you didn't really enter anything because running the event's hard enough work.
Yeah, I was doing the event. I get more joy out of doing the events more than actually playing the games. Like, the event is the game to me.
Yeah, I
And of course,
understand.
sorry, just
You're playing the metagame.
Absolutely, and I also want to back up a bit. I'm also really grateful about the medal too. Thank you to everyone at Couch Warriors for that. Also, shout out to Kalen who also got one, and he also managed the after party. Love you, kisses.
Sick.
They love
Yeah,
after
like-
parties. After parties at events, it's always so sick.
Oh, the after party was ascended.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that then. How did the after party go?
Oh, I was not in there.
Oh,
I came into that with Chris already prepared his alcohol for me, so when I come in, he's already ready to party.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
went fucking ham. Yeah, and I wouldn't have gone to the after party if you hadn't reminded me of it, Deem. So thank you so much for that.
I always recommend going to after parties after an event for a number of reasons. One is that it's a way to network people and start to grow more relationships. And it's also a really good way of treating post-event depression, which I constantly hear of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I did for a long time. I'd go to the event and then I'd go home, and then I'd be really upset because you go, oh, I'm going to miss those guys to the next one. But then you go to the after party. It's
Yeah.
so much more
You just
liberating.
you just get drunk as fuck and you hang out with all the best people, and then you're just actually sick of them. So when you leave the event, you're like, oh, thank fuck I'm away from those guys.
Oh, wow.
It's basically like the best family reunion you could ever have, where you suddenly go, oh, I miss these guys, I love them, and then you spend an extended period of time with them, and you go, fuck, man, I just want to get out, I want to do my own things.
I mean that, and they're drunk, so.
Yeah.
Oh, no, a lot of the community is very fun when they're drunk, especially the Smash community. Shout out to those people.
You wouldn't think, because they're all like 5-year-olds, but it is what it is.
Oh,
Have you ever
Oh,
gotten a
come on.
5-year-old?
They're not all that.
Getting drunk with 5-year-olds is not good, I'll tell you that from personal experience.
confirmed here that all Smash players are 5 and drink like sailors. Yes, it's confirmed
That's
here.
not.
On the podcast.
That's exactly what I said. You can take that as a code.
Yeah, don't at me, Smash. I know it's true.
It's gonna be the Kotaku article when they say they also smell your shit.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm the one that front desk checking all Smash people in. And
Oh
I
yeah,
have to
you'd
ask
know,
for
of
their-
course.
I have to ask for their ID, and all they can give me is their primary school certificate to check
Wow.
in. So that's all I can do.
Powerful.
And some really try, like they put the crayon in, and like I just have to admire the work. So I go, all right, get in here, you rapscallion. Go on, enjoy.
That's great.
You know what I don't understand though is how there are still people on the outside that don't think Smash is a fighting game.
I
Well,
mean,
they're obviously idiots.
Well, yeah, and it's also the same people that still go, I don't know whether esports is really a sport. That's a whole other conversation. But my point for that, as well as what my last point was, who gives a shit? It's taking up half the fucking venue and raking in dosh.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
really what my
What's
stance on it is. Like, who cares if you want to call it a fighting game or not?
It's the most boring argument I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's a non-argument. It's a non-argument.
that-
It's because people have their own politics and worldview on it going, well,
Yeah.
fucking, it's people who... It's a game that shows and encourages competition, and it's bringing people in and making money for both the venue and the event economy.
Yeah.
So
And
what's the
honestly, it
problem?
probably gets more people than whatever their shitty fighting game is.
They take up half the fucking
Yeah.
venue. Like, how the fuck is it not viable anymore?
Yeah.
If people are still ignoring them, it's literally the elephant in the room.
Like, real talk. The rest of the FGC is piggybacking off of Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Smash is carrying us, please.
It is.
You don't fuck with a community that still brings CRTVs into a venue for a tournament in 2018.
That is actually true. That is a scary amount of dedication, and I don't want
You
to.
don't fuck with that. And also, they've been playing offline for longer than any of us have, as a means
Yeah.
of bettering themselves.
Yeah.
I think.
I
I
have
think.
a whole fucking respect for that community.
Yeah.
Those are
I
people
think
who can
all,
actually lift CRTs as well. It's like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
If you get punched by one of those, it's like, oof.
there's all those jokes about Smash kids being 5-year-olds, but they're like this 5-year-olds from Sparta.
Yeah.
Dude, is it wrong that now I just picture like a baby almost looking like Tommy Pickles before
Oh,
Oh
it's-
no.
in the fucking
I did
giant
not.
hole?
I did not need that mental image. Thank you very much.
Tommy Pickles kicking a guy into a hole. I love that
Oh my
image.
God.
Someone draw that, please.
No. How
And
about
he's
no?
like, this is melee. Anyhow.
My God. Actually, no, friend. As another fact, how come you have a lot of like? I look at the Smash community, and they're all like skinny as fuck. And I don't mean not to make the typecast, but how are you still like scrawny when you should be lifting those fucking CRTVs? How is that even possible?
I think a lot of them actually don't do that. There are some people who just take all the CRTs, and there are a lot of people who don't actually take any. I can say that from personal experience. I've lifted like, cause I like help run some Smash events, and I'm the guy who's lifting like, if we have 5 CRTs, I'm taking like 3.
Gotcha. I'm also slightly joking and goofing. I love you people.
Oh, no,
The other
yeah,
thing
yeah,
too is that they don't give a fuck what CRTVs they bring in. I've seen them bring in like trained teleprompters as TVs to play their games.
Wait, what?
Sort of like
That's
like,
ascended.
I think Box Hill still use those big box television screens to show their times for the trains coming in. And I think Smash people
What?
just jacked up those fucking screens and just brought them to weeklies, dude.
What the fuck?
I mean, they look like them.
I can totally believe it.
All for that resolution, man. God damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they got a good reason for it, right? Something about input lag or
Ah,
screen
something
lag.
like
Was
that.
it?
Honestly, no, it's not. It's the much.
We
pretty
should
much
have played
red herring
with the
nowadays.
fucking CRT for Skullgirls.
No, honestly,
Nah,
like,
man.
isn't it-
No,
but that's
I'm gonna go
console
further
lag.
for my dedication. I'm gonna get back those slide projectors so we can play Skullgirls the way it should be.
Oh god.
what? As in, like, actually, it's.
Yeah, 3 frames a second animation, boy.
Oh yeah, you can see all the
every
glorious
single
frames.
input is so precise on that.
Yeah.
Like, there's just one person dedicated to just
Like,
sliding
you know what? I'll win that every time because I'll
Quick,
just
cap
do
the
my
image
mix up
so
and
we
nobody
can
will
move on.
know
I want to
anything.
know what footsies are like. Come on. Take a picture.
Alright, frame 1, up, back, beat, extend. Frame 2,
Down back beat.
throw them. Yeah, down, back, beat, extend.
Frame 3, our family at the beach. Frame 4, oh, wrong picture. Oh, actually.
Oh hey, it's this guy.
We got our BAM champion here in the
Jedi
chat room,
Link.
ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jedi Link,
And he's muted as always. That's cool.
the hero of time and the hero of the best toy marketing in the business.
I just looked at the picture you posted, Chris.
Chris,
Wait,
what are you
what?
fucking putting up? What are you putting up?
Put it in the shit posting channel.
I'm gonna
Oh, of
put that
course
on
you are.
stream.
Which shit posting channel? I'm not fine.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
There's like
Yeah, I
a
got
billion
you.
shit posting channels. Which one is this?
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what the Smash scene looked like. Told you.
Yeah. Well, Jedi Link
Oh.
left, so who cares?
No, for real though, why are you putting up pictures of Pudge?
That's on the stream now. How do I make this small? Shoot.
You need to stop rating Pudge's Facebook page for source material, dude. Like,
Oh my god. Why this?
love you, Jack. Ha! He won't watch this. I wish he would.
It'd be cool, but anyhow.
I like how it's been a while and we haven't really talked about Skullgirls. We've just been talking about Smash Scene.
No, by the way,
Yeah,
add
they're all
Jedi again.
drunk
Yoba.
babies.
I'll do that in a bit. Why
Okay.
can I not resize this properly? There we go.
In your opinion, Chris, what do you
Yes.
think the future of Skullgirls is like?
The future of
Word.
Skullgirls. Hi, Jedi Link.
Hello,
The
Jack.
future of Skullgirls involves, well, more interstaters flying in, of course. I'm not sure because, like, it's weird. Before, I would have actually said that the future of Skullgirls is like, whatever, it's just going to stay in an online game and it's just going to have its, like, dedicated couple of players and then whatever.
Hello,
But
hey, H.
I've been, yeah, hello H. But
Yeah.
I've been seeing the online scene steadily growing and acquiring more people, and people are becoming more dedicated and more like into like the scene itself because it's a whole bunch of great people. and have been getting more into playing the game itself. So it seems like it might be one of those games where it's just like slow burning and ever burning, and it'll be an eternal flame for like ages and ages until we all die.
I think so too. I think it's also happening over there in Combo Breaker too. I think their numbers for Skullgirls reach maybe the hundreds or so, something like that. I might be wrong, but it was definitely a lot larger than our scene here.
Well, it's America, so they have that whole continent to pick players from, right?
Also,
Yeah,
people are
it's
coming in from like Japan and Brazil and all that sort of stuff, as always.
Yeah. And so like America has like just the population density to really afford to like get all those players in.
Yeah.
It's not just that. Like the American scene also did that slow burn. It was just a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and they just grew and focused in on that one tournament.
What would you want for Skullgirls 2?
It not to happen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it not happening would be the best thing, because if it just stayed as Skullgirls 1, then like it will be that old game that everyone plays and everyone knows how to play and will be extensively documented, but is also actually hard to learn, so you get your reward for sticking with the game that's around forever.
Sure.
Hey, that sounds like Melee. What the?
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds exactly like my. Hey, when are we going to bring on CRTVs for Skullgirls?
When are we going to bring in CRTs? I'm up for this.
Wait, what's CRT actually help though in this case? Because it's like console input lag, right?
Something like that.
Hey, Jedi. Geez.
Holy fuck. Dude, he's got his fucking intro music in for when he comes
That's
in.
about. The game was still running from when I was playing Risky at the Salty Sweet.
What?
Oh, the salty
I'm
sweet.
not the Salty Sweet.
That's when you beat him like 5-1 or some shit, and he broke a glass in response.
Oh no.
Nice. Wait, I'm going to dial back on this story. I don't know this one.
Oh yeah, tell the
Alright.
story. This is great.
Yeah. So I was watching, like, Risky said, "All right, I'm gonna money match Jedi. Watch this." And then we came along, and like Jedi set up his thing in the corner, and I was like, "First to 5, why not first to 10?" And Jedi thinks, "Oh, there's not enough charge. I have to do the first to 5." And all right, fair enough. And so Jedi Link is completely sober, and Risky is already getting drinks in him. He starts like losing matches. He wins one match after I give him the rest of my drink to power him up.
Oh my god.
But then he like loses the rest of the matches. We were all going nuts, and it was streamed on Jedi Link's stream on his phone.
So what you're saying on his phone, Jesus. So what you're saying is that one drink gave him the one win. So I think all you needed to do was give him 9 more drinks.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't have the fucking. Oh, this is.
You didn't have enough
I don't
drinks.
have the budget for it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
need to stock up on an alcohol budget for next ban, because only being able to afford 4 of my own drinks is unacceptable. I need to get everyone plastered.
You know what's unacceptable, Chris, is that I had to drive home after that event, and the people from TP gave me, like, they pitched in for a pint for me to have, like, hey, we wanted to give this to you to appreciate it, and go, dude, I really can't, I'm so sorry.
Because
So
you're
I had to
driving.
I had to refuse a drink. Yeah, I was driving. And it
Yeah,
was pretty
that
late.
blows.
I had, like,
So
5
next
bucks.
ban, there needs to be a Dean Uber fund.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
That actually sounds perfect.
that's the only logical step, right?
Honestly, like, no ego whatsoever. I would fucking appreciate that, because I woke up at 2 o'clock on Friday to get to the venue by 5.
Oh, wow.
I live in Leongatha, which is
Yeah.
about an hour and a half away from the venue, so I woke up real early to get there, and then I worked the whole day all the way into 12
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a blow up.
for 3 more days, or for 2 more days, and
Yeah.
then I went the fuck home.
Are you planning on moving closer, or are you staying in Longatha?
Oh god, yeah, I'd love to, because I do want to find some event work in the city, and the only way I can properly sustain myself in doing so is to actually move there.
Yeah.
I'm looking, so hopefully that's a thing. I did
Yeah.
get a good lead.
Speaking of public transport after BAM, I like stayed around like after the after party hanging out
Oh,
with
no.
people, and then I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna take the train home at like 4 a.m. Sick," and then I'll wait. 24-hour public transport is only on Fridays and Saturdays.
Get
Oh, no.
destroyed.
I got cucked, but it was the best fucking thing ever because it meant I got to like literally stay up all night at Booty's place. Thank you for having me, Boot.
No problem.
I sent you the replays, Yuma.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stayed over at Boot's place and I was just hanging out with JD and Nor and just shit posting and Aether posting IRL all the fucking time. And we played a whole lot of fucking Guilty Gear. And Nor is freaking hilarious because I made him salty with like Bedman versus Johnny. And it was like, I hit him out of his air dash with 6p, and his immediate response was that fear when Johnny's 6p fucks your wife.
Johnny
I
would
tried
be the
staying
kind of
up.
character that would just go to your house and fuck your wife.
Nah, he'd be the protector. You don't talk about him like that.
Don't talk about my
I
man.
heard.
He's
I
not
heard
even
about
a
this
man.
conversation from
He's
JD.
the opposite of a man. I hated the character when I played the game. See him does.
I
I
heard
was
about
like,
this
this character's garbage. Why is this happening to
fucking
me?
hilarious.
This is garbage. This should be stopped immediately.
It's amazing. I also, at the after party, I played Drunk Johnny, and that was the most fun I've played Johnny in a while because I just fucking I need to play like Johnny, like Drunk Johnny as my sober Johnny, and therefore my actual Drunk Johnny will be even more ascended.
Can I recommend that you watch Jackie Chan's The Drunken Fist for reference in learning
Yes.
how to properly play Johnny as well? I think Boot for the last few times. You want to get it out, man?
Wait, what?
I thought you were trying to jump in and chime into the conversation.
Ah, no,
I've been
that was
talking
fine.
over you. Yeah, okay, cool. What is it about our certain community that just wants to stay up all night and just watch dumb fucking shit? Because I remember one of my fondest memories with you, Chris, was when we did a Rambat, or we did, I think it was even BAM, where I stayed at your place and we were just like, let's just fucking watch YouTube clips for 2 to 3 hour fucking hours.
Oh no, I
Oh,
can assure
no.
you that's part of every single community ever. I can assure you
Good, I'm
that.
glad. Actually, I think I want to share this on stream. Do you mind if we talk about the first time we did weed together?
Absolutely, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay,
Why not?
so
I'm all for legalization.
So one of the first times I did weed was actually with Chris, and I went to his place and we were just chilling out. And this was when it was in the share house, like right in the center of the CBD, something like north.
Yes.
Yeah. And you asked me, you propositioned me in the most like official, chillest way, where you looked at me over the bench and you said, "Hey, Dean, would you like to partake in some cannabis?"
Wow.
And I was so fucking like thrown off by how fucking good your savoir faire was. I just sort of like tried to answer back like, oh, I don't know, man. Like I don't think I was that much of a pussy. I said, I don't know, I might want to donate blood someday.
What?
Wait, what?
I think that was exactly what I said. We eventually like partook in it. And you were like so fucking good about it, where you were talking about how like, oh yeah, this is like a vape that like, gets the weed into you more, and it's like much more pure that way. And we go, oh, okay, cool. And we both did it outside. Then we went back inside, and we sort of stood there for a while. And I remember,
Excellent.
dude, I don't know whether that was a good idea. And you go, why? And I said, because I got a
Walk away
spirometry
while
test not too
still
long ago, and it
can.
said that I was highly effective to
Be
grass.
strong like ox. Break them.
Really? Okay. And then we went to bed. The morning after, you came into the kitchen where I was sitting on the couch, and you were like, dude, that weed was so strong. How are you feeling after that? And my response, in complete truth, was, oh yeah, man, I didn't feel it. But in reality, looking back on that fucking night, I was paranoid as fuck sitting on your couch like I was about to die.
Yeah, you were like, I thought
Oh,
you were
no.
going on with was this Cian's plan to kill me the whole time?
Yeah! Like, genuinely, I was sitting on my couch, like, laying there going, I'm going to die tonight. And I think it was like heart palpitations. And I think at one point, I do remember it so clearly, like, did Chris try to kill me? No, he wouldn't try to kill me. He took it himself. Wait, was that his plan? Was he trying to kill the both of us? I can't do it, like, is he that crazy? Is he that out of his mind? And then we woke up and we went, that was really cool. No, I didn't feel it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, by the way, in case people are watching the VOD after this, I have the BAM Skullgirls replays from Jedi playing in the
Great.
background.
Perfect segue. Fantastic, Jedi. Why don't you want to talk about how you won BAM?
So saying. Anyway, decided like you know
I
how
don't
my
know why you
mic,
call that funny. But I did.
you know how my mic always cuts out.
Yes.
You like, yeah.
So I've propped it up a little bit, so it's a bit closer to my mouth. So
It's still
I'm
cutting
hoping-
out.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like-
You need to take it out of your mouth so that way when you open and close, you're getting both.
Okay, I'm just like decreasing the input sensitivity a bit more. I already decreased it a little bit, but I might need to decrease it a bit more.
This is the
That's
most
right.
Jedi way to respond to this, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's great. Hey,
Tell
what's
me
your
if it cuts
opinion
out.
on winning Bam? Dude, my mic's cutting out. But your headset isn't, so...
Okay, what's my opinion on winning BAM? I'm happy that I won BAM. It was really cool.
Great, moving
I
on.
love Jedi. Look.
People came up and congratulated me all through the weekend. It was hype.
Awesome, great, I'm glad.
People looked at my medal.
Oh, real? Oh, because you wear it. Obviously,
And
you wore
there were
it.
like 5 people who were confused because it says second encore. They thought I got second.
Oh, that's right! Oh my god, I have to cut this. Okay, so, Daniel
Wait, what?
Chabolchik, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Daniel
Chlebovchik.
is known... Yeah, okay, great. He
Sorry.
is like a prolific figure in our community. He played DOA professionally, and then he started Catchphrase, and is one of our best numbers and marketing men. He saw your medal, and he looked at the medal, and he looked at it like, oh, you got second place too. Yeah, I played DOA and got second too. I guess we're both stuck in that. And then you went, no, the game is Skullgirls second encore. I actually got first. So you went, I. So you always have this bonding moment. It's
feel-
like, oh man, me too, man. I almost came close. No, actually.
That feel when Squiggly 6H fucks your wife.
Oh my god.
Don't post the shit posting of Squiggly actually fucking your wife at 6 I know it's possible.
I just want to say this comeback by Age is impressive. He's doing so well. Too bad he's not gonna make it. This Robo.
Oh shit. Bear with me a sec, guys.
There we go. He didn't make it.
He's got an impromptu rage
Body.
happening in his play, but what happened? I missed
Like the
that
comeback was actually so sick. It's like happening on stream. If you guys want to watch the stream.
Yeah,
Oh,
some matches are happening during
bit.
the stream.
Oh, I
Good
don't
choice.
want to. I don't want to listen to myself stream. It's terrible.
You can just mute the stream. I don't know. Whatever. It's up to you. Anyhow, Age, how was your experience at the event? You haven't spoken at all since you said that hi that one time or whatever.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, I'm generally not an offline kind of player, but it was really good to see a few of the old guys who I used to meet up with.
Yeah,
And,
like,
you know, like- Especially the game against Risky, like getting that feeling of I'm in a crowd, I'm trying to win really hard, like
Yeah.
heart gets going and it's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, it's always great. The nothing can really meet offline in terms of hype and all that sort of stuff. You can't really get hype online all that much. I feel.
oh yeah,
I
like, if you
can in a long set with the good music, but
I don't think
is a
I
bit
don't think it can
different.
replace offline with the level of
No,
hype.
Yoma, I actually do think I can think of a particular instance where people got kind of hype online. What I'm talking about?
It was you, lol. Oh, was so cool.
What was it? I'm
Wait,
sorry. What? What are you referencing? Because all I'm
I
hearing
lost.
is.
Jedi had a really sick parry, and he was like, "Oh my god, a parry!"
No. Not that, Yoma. Not that. Hang
Oh,
on.
really?
You lost me like
Me getting
Oh,
hype.
wow.
It was people getting hype for me.
No, I'm saying like
Nobody
no,
remembers
no.
that,
Like
Jedi.
when you're playing online, it's not as like
I'm talking about playing online. I'm talking about playing online.
whatever,
Alright.
man.
Let me post
Well,
it.
but
Let me
this
post it
time-
in the channel.
It was offline and people yelled a lot. And when people yell IRL, it's more exciting.
It's also
What
really
the shit,
distracting. It's like,
guys.
shut the fuck up and try to play a game.
Oh, please don't.
yeah, I was wondering if that was affecting you, CM, the cheer squad.
Alright, so the cheer squad. Alright, so honestly, the cheer squad, like, it was affecting me, but only because, like, I was in the mindset where, like,
yeah,
I
that's-
couldn't help but
you
be
can-
affected by shit. Like, it was, like, literally the most tilting for me tilting thing for me possible is lag. Like I would play online, and if it was like delayed and it would be inconsistently delaying, I would be like, where the fuck is that kill myself weed? I need to end my life right now. It just like, you have no idea how, like, it goes to like really deep depths of hatred of the entire world when I like eat lag online. And so even eating like a small section of that, playing on a laggy PS4 setup, I don't know how the fuck it was laggy. Maybe it was like some resolution setting or something.
I think people
laggy.
tested that the resolution wasn't the issue. I think there is like, I want to say 1 or 2 frames more input delay on PS4. I can feel it when I play Beowulf at the very least. Like I can't do the hop stuff anymore consistently. Like there is
It's
some
not just
stuff.
me,
I just
thank God.
I think it's as exacerbated more by playing on a laptop than playing on PS4, like back and forth. If you just played on PS4 the whole day, you wouldn't feel it nearly as badly. That's just my
That's
opinion.
true. Yeah, except I like relied on like the laptop existing. Except when I was like, "Hey, Jarling, you should charge the laptop," and then he was like, didn't hear it, and so, or like quote unquote didn't hear it, and so when the laptop ran out of charge, it was like, "Oh, I guess we have to play on the PS4 setup, even though I have the charger and there's an open slot right there."
Ran out while I was playing Risky. And like I was like, I told the CEO, "Oh, I can get the charger on my bag," and he was like, "No, just play on the PS4." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I
was
don't think
risky.
there's much you can do when the TOs want to run it on PS4. I think it kind of sucks that was the official
The TO
thing
didn't
for
want to run it on
SG.
PS4. Like he brought PS4 setups, but when the laptop setup came out, he was like, "Yo, you can like use that if you want. There's like so little few players that I'm not going to enforce PS4 if you really want to play on the laptop."
Oh, I could have bought my laptop if that were the case.
Yeah, I mean it's in the past now. It's all good.
But it's in the past, and next time we check the goddamn resolution setting.
And no, there is actually nothing that happens with the resolution of the PS4. People say it's an issue,
really?
but like there's you know Noodles, right? The input lag guy. He did some tests and he found nothing. He found like no difference.
So is it literally just the PS4 version has more lag?
Yeah, the PS4 version has more input delay.
Does it have more lag than PS3 though?
Oh no, it has less lag than PS3. Yeah, that's for sure.
God.
Because I'm just
God,
wondering
we've
why
been playing
a
on
new
fucking-
system would have more lag than a
We've
PC.
been playing on the PC version the whole time. Does Combo Breaker run on PS4?
Yes.
They're all fucking idiots.
Heard it here first, guys.
Not
No,
only
the thing is
does
that
America
when
not use Beat Extend, they play on PS4. What's wrong with that country?
For what it's worth, I personally didn't really feel much of a difference. Obviously, I may or may not be as susceptible to it as CM is, but I just wanted to throw it out there.
I think also it could be just a mental thing of I think there's lag on there, so I'm ready to get tilted.
Yeah, that's
It's
for
like,
sure. That's a
if
big...
you
Yeah.
if you're already sort of in that mindset of I'm ready to get tilted, I drop a combo, and I have a reason ready, then you're more likely to roll on and make more mistakes.
It was
Right.
it was actually like the way that I mentally felt. I didn't roll on and devolve. I actually got better as I kept playing that set. Like I started believing in myself better. I started adjusting to the lag, but it was too little, too late. And I spent most of our set like actually trying to be like, all right, I can't be fucked actually playing this goddamn my real team in lag. So I'm gonna play some team I can hopefully like just shit on him in like theory matchup land, or like play Bella and like 380 him to death. But I got denied both times, and like I didn't even think that, oh wait, if I can't play my main team in lag, what makes me fucking think I can play sub teams in lag? Like that's just not even remotely a logical like course of action. But later on in like the last bit in the grand finals, I started like making a little bit of a comeback. I started like getting the actual real decisions, and I started really playing on point, well, as much as I could, but it was way too little, way too late, and it was way too high of a hill to climb with Jedi like above me.
So what you're saying is it's PS4's fault for all the issues
Yes.
that you were facing with that.
No, but I think it's just a bad decision to change teams, because if you'd been salty at the lag but stuck to the main team, you would have had a better shot at least.
I agree completely.
I think Skullgirls is also one of the games, especially, I think it's Dragon Ball Z and Marvel, the same things where I don't know. I don't see a lot of people doing counter picks in those games. Like,
Yeah.
Like you usually stick with your team and then you learn to cover all your bases. Am I wrong in this?
No, you're not wrong. Like the teams are they're flexible enough that most of your matchup issues can be solved with like an order switch at most.
Or
Yeah.
The team building solution to matchups is what I was focusing on when Jedi really started dominating our matchup.
yeah.
Because it felt like Bella Band, which I think is what I was initially playing him with, couldn't handle just charge shenanigans. So I started looking into like all these different assists, what can stop him from gaining charge full screen, that sort of thing. But in the end, it's just like if you're practicing learning new characters, it doesn't teach you the game very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like,
Depth over breadth.
yeah.
One thing you said, like when you were playing against, I think I might have been Risky, like when you were like using like the beam assist really well, and you're like ACM. You want to know why I love H beam? It's Hornet Bomber,
Oh yeah.
and I was like,
Well, I've
oh
been
my
thinking
god,
that.
you're right.
I've been thinking that for a week. Of
Wait,
just
what?
like why is this so familiar? It's because you used to play Bella like this, where you'd call an assist and you'd jump forward,
And hit a
either
button.
blocking or hit a button.
Right.
And if they hit a button, you've got Bomber backing you up, and now it's just beam.
Yeah, and it's literally like, you know how Heavy Hornet Bomber in Skullgirls Vanilla was fully invulnerable? Heavy
Wait.
Beam doesn't have any fucking hurt boxes by definition because it's
What?
a projectile.
Oh yeah, but Hornet Bomber was completely invincible when the game came out, and Mike thought it was a good
That
game.
sounds fucking dumb.
And Mike thought it was a good game, so here we are.
Yeah, but now we have Hornet Bomber the Revenge, and now
And
Skullgirls is a
current
better
M-
game.
And it's better
Yeah,
because
it's actually
you get to lock down with rapid hits, which beats out assist calls.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Look, I think
Crouch under it though.
current M bomber is very
You can crouch
good.
under
You're telling me
H-bomb as well.
Oh my god.
Under it if you were
Oh
like in
my
sort of the
God.
mid range.
No, he's saying, yeah. I mean, it's not that. I don't think that's that relevant.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like they crouch down, but okay, eat my like dash up high.
Or any
Yeah.
big button.
Yeah, but
that you
with
wanna-
Squiggly, there is like the crouching light kick beats everything problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
When I'm like at far enough away, I'm not really that afraid of beam because like I'm just gonna duck it, and you're not close enough to me that I can like do a mix up. Whereas if it was bomber, I'd have to jump over it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to block it. So I think it is a bit different.
Nah, but if it's like if you're crouching under beam, then you're not stance charging, and everyone's like, oh, thank fuck, Squig's not stance charging. And then you move forward, and if you call beat extend during the beam, then beam fucking punishes beat extend on its startup, and then you get cucked out of big band. But with like heavy beam against Squig, you just call it and you get closer. And then with Age's team, Eliza, Robo Fortune, it's like, oh, you get closer. Oh, I get to do my fucked up high-low mix-up.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I mean, like for sure, beam is extremely good.
I also think that Beam also alleviates Eliza's biggest problem, which is actually like bad hurtboxes. Is that if
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
if there's
exactly.
a invincible hitbox behind your bad hurtbox, you can't deal with it. That's the one thing that actually
just
triggered.
imagine Eliza with old H-bomber.
Yeah.
How broken would that be?
Jeez.
Dude, now I wish we had like the edition select, like you know how Anniversary Edition for Street Fighter
Yeah.
2 had the
Oh,
edition
no.
select. If you could just pick Vanilla Bomber.
Oh,
If I could
no.
go back to SDE.
Oh, you're fair.
Oh god, not Philia though.
Nah, I'll play SD affiliate. I'll destroy everybody. Actually, the combos
just
might be
say-
too different. I'm not sure. Because I think
Can I
that she
just
still might
say-
have the old point or whatever.
This is making me want to just pick up Robo.
Everyone wants to pick up Robo.
Yeah, it seems like that's the newest trend. Fukuwa and Robo seem to be coming in.
Yeah.
I'll play like double Robo.
Fukuwa
Big Bang or
Robo
something.
Band.
Fuku
That's
Robo
the
Band,
next-
I think that's not that good. I messed around with it
Well,
a little
I
bit when I
think
played
I'd
it.
be more scared of a different point than Fukuwa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really scared. I hope no one ever plays Val Robo Band against me. I think that'd be a big problem.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's a good team.
Yeah.
Oh. I wonder who played it.
I will be now if it's Jedi.
Excellent.
No, CM played it
Because-
before.
yeah.
He was like playing Beam with it. It was
Like,
fucking
actually, I was like, when CM was going to switch characters, I thought, oh shit, he's going to swap out Painwheel for Robo. But he
I
actually
think
swapped
that's a
out
bad idea if he
Valentine
does
for
that.
Robo. So like,
It might not be that bad of idea. Like, it's actually would be really good. I was considering that team, but in all honesty, I'm actually considering another thing, which is swapping my order to Painwheel Point Valentine second.
Right.
Because
But I thought the big point of Painwheel is that you don't get to snap in Big Band safely anymore.
Well,
that's what I was worried about.
alright,
I was thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna snap Big Band, and then I was like, oh wait, you can just.
I
say
thought about that, but then it's like Painwheel actually does better neutral against Squiggly, for one. Two, if Squiggly actually starts getting in my shit, Lamau fucking guard cancel dash, hold that shit.
Oh yeah.
And three, if I like kill and meter dump with like
Oh, you have Val. You
Painwheel
have Val
into
Big Band
Valentine.
neutral.
Yeah, Val Big Band neutral. Big Band's fucked.
Yeah.
And also, if like I get into a bad situation or like he snaps out Val for Big Band for whatever reason, I can just SSJ into. Wait, no, I can't because Painwheel's anchor. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I can still do shit.
Yeah, if you have like, if you have 3 bars, then you can dump it and you can get Painwheel back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's possibilities with that.
Yeah, but that's only if I want to do swap team order, and there's so much to Skullgirls that I could just put in more effort with Val versus Squiggly with Painwheel and like as assist, and
Yeah.
I would like be able to find more strats to do shit.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you just need more time overall.
Well, I need to be putting in literally above 0 effort, because I've been putting in 0 effort into Skullgirls for like the past I don't know how long.
You see, you say that, but the way every one of you has been talking about the game in the last few minutes and theory crafting has been so inspirational to me that in the last set I played with Age when I was there, the only set I played the whole event with Age was that I was doing grab bag full screen. So I've been out of the loop for a long time.
Oh yeah, he did the CPU mix-up of like
Wow.
launch, jumping light punch, jumping light kick, grab back.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's my shit.
It's like,
It
oh
works,
god.
man! It works! It works! It got you!
In the corner, I reckon there's like some characters you can get like a safe jump on if they take forward if you do grab back.
Oh yeah, totally. That's one of the big reasons. Like especially now, if you max out on Dizzy, you do a grab bag at full and Dizzy. It's like if they don't tick, it's a really easy safe jump, and if they tick, they're and Dizzy's gone. I think it's got a lot of worth in that.
Yeah.
See, there's no rhyme or reason to any of the mix-ups I do. I just like doing mix-ups because I think they're fun. So
I mean, you're Dean. It's all good.
The secret
It just reminded me of Risky, like when he was playing Bella mainly.
I was playing Bella
He-
mainly. I did
His
get-
style of reset.
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I think
had the
Risky's
worst
Bella
game
is
of
one of
fun.
his. I almost want to say Bella's his worst character now. I almost want to say that.
Ooh,
I think
oh,
that's
fuck!
pretty...
I think his big band is still worse.
I
Yeah,
guess so. I
maybe.
think his big band neutral is a lot better. Like he actually thinks about it. He just has garbage combos.
Yeah.
I need to get
He has
back
pretty
to
garbage
this.
combos in general.
And the Val
That's all
stuff is
shit
alright.
about Risky because he's not here, lol.
I mean, I'd
No,
say it
it's
to his
not
face.
Risky, fuck him!
I literally
No,
say it.
it's
If he was next to me, if he was in bed with me, I would tell him he had garbage combos.
As
And
you
with
fucking
you,
say
is that- Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not below it.
Like,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
So, I'm sorry. I don't think we can ignore the fact that you said if you were in bed with him next to him, you would still say he had garbage combos.
What's wrong
If I was
with
in
it?
bed, if
No,
I was in
I
bed with
see
Risky, I'd
nothing
tell him
wrong.
that garbage
I see nothing wrong with that sentence.
Exactly. I don't get what this is about.
The thing that it's about is that there are other things to talk about while in bed instead of Skullgirls matchups. I mean, I know this is
No, there
an
isn't.
exclusive podcast.
This guy's.
When it's
Why-
Yoma and Risky, I
Why do we
highly
get?
doubt it.
Why do we get
Alright,
Dean
well,
here?
no,
Okay.
no. Dean's been out of the loop with
Okay.
Skullgirls. He just needs to catch up with us.
Sit down next to me in bed.
Like, I'm not with my significant other sitting back after a long 5 minutes of passion and then suddenly goes, so listen, do you still think that the Squiggly Big Band matchup is still viable? Like, what are your opinions on that?
Yeah,
How, dude?
because your 5 minutes of passion was your first to 3 set.
There you go.
Oh my god.
It gets really weird when we start money matching. It's really an odd sort of dynamic.
I think money matching is illegal. I think, given the circumstances.
No, actually, we actually got. I don't know whether I can specifically talk about this, but I
I'll
guess
just go
it's
ahead and
not-
talk about anything or whatever.
I just don't know if it's in the air, but sure. I think it's still important to bring up because this is what the scene is like in Australia. But
Right.
I think Couch Warriors actually got someone from the Gambling and Liquor Commission because people were doing money matching, and then it got voted them.
Oh wow.
It was something like that, right? And so they come in, it's just like, okay, so we know you're probably not doing it, but just change your messaging to make sure that you don't condone it. So, of course, Burnout, Kevin Burnout Kim fucking chimed in saying, like, what? I guess someone lost their money and then fucking complained. That,
Yeah, that's Burnout.
Yeah,
He says things like that.
Oh
We
yeah,
love
Burnout's an
Burnout.
interesting fella. He's come over to a few New Zealand events, and he's always been an interesting fella, both to play
Yeah,
against
right.
and to talk to.
Burnout, I had a 15-minute conversation with Burnout at Couch Warriors, and I can confirm that from that one conversation that I know that BAM 11's going to be 150% more fucking efficient.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, he was for like expert or whatever, right? No, expert or challenge or something. I'm not sure. I think both.
XSplit, and then I think he moved on to Twitch.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, he's working Twitch now. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, something like that. I think he did some work with them. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's just an independent streamer now. I don't know. I want to talk to him more. I would like to actually, because I want to make sure that BAM 11 is much bigger.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah,
was really happy.
that was a lot of tangents, and I don't think we talk much about Skullgirls, which is I don't care, it's a shit game. But I guess the one thing I wanted to talk about specifically as far as the event was concerned was Age beating Risky, but I haven't come across that match yet.
Yeah. Holy shit,
I
that was
think-
great.
I think these were like the matches before tournament.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually what do you call it? Pause this, and then look through the matches and go find it. All right.
So basically, what happened was I almost perfected Risky in the first game, and I'm like, oh shit, what I said in the shit talk that I didn't really mean is gonna happen.
It's
And then I
happening.
got completely bodied in the second game.
Let me look through
What
the
was the
replay.
shit talk?
Like how I was saying, oh, I'm not gonna get hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think you like
Ah,
basically
I-
perfected him, right?
I didn't hear that. That's
I
cool.
was
Yeah, I
perfecting
saw it.
him and then dropped something, and then it still ended up with me winning.
Yeah.
It was literally just like, Eliza's on the screen and doing Eliza things. Walk around for a bit, Eliza is still happening. It won't stop. Risky's dead.
Yeah.
Stop. He's already dead.
Big Band, Squiggly, Big Band, Valentine, Cerebral Band. I'm just looking through the replay, like, files. 'Cause I can't
We did
find
get to
this.
play a couple of games later, me and Risky, but I think he was a bit distracted by Guilty Gear, so.
Right. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Eliza Robo. Okay, there we go. No, this is not it. This is CM versus Age. I hate that offline doesn't have names. I could just look through the names, but I guess you can't really put names into it.
You could, but that would require more UI and more shit.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like,
CM, how does it feel to be the online warrior now?
He's calling you out. You gonna take that shit? Money match right now.
Hey, I said I would put up $50, and nobody took me up on it.
yeah, it's
And
very
then
good.
when I didn't come, like the day I wasn't there, they did a money match.
You know, I sort of planned that like well in advance. He wanted to money match me, and he'd like asked me like months ago.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the difference is Risky wanted to put $38 on it, because, you know, of course he did. And then he ended up putting up $5 and he lost that. And he broke the glass, that was tight.
Yep.
I want to take your $50 Age. I'm saying I'm sorry, but really it was for your own good.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy fuck!
Jesus.
This
Well, I don't
podcast
even know, I would
fucking
say that.
savage!
Oh man.
Holy shit. I can't find
Hey,
this.
actually, you got money match right now. You gotta put that $50 up online. We gotta put that shit on stream. Let's go. Everyone go.
No, man, I gotta wait until I'm good to money match Jedi properly.
I can't find the replays, whatever.
You might be
That's
waiting
right.
a long time.
Oh shit.
Wow. Not even
It's
Dean.
all it because
Dean's
I
gonna
am
get destroyed.
shit. It's
Look,
fine.
Dean, I'm sorry. You're just gonna get absolutely destroyed if you played Age.
He actually,
I
I think he
I-
was like 10-5 against me after winning like the last few ones.
Wait,
Oh.
as in like at BAM.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10. I think it was like 10-4. I'm sorry. And let's bring it down a bit.
Age, what the hell?
Something humbling. Like
That's
that.
age.
Dean's
I think
a
that you're
god.
right.
Dean's not a god. Dean's just a guy. But thank you.
Age is the Mewtwo king of this community. He'll lose to anybody. He'll beat anybody.
Oh.
I can see that.
I think that's the West Balls. That's what it originally was, right?
Nah, the wish balls is you have like super cool tech skill, but then you just lose because of stupid reasons. I don't think it's that accurate. MTK is like if he's playing well, he'll beat anybody. West balls is like he can just
Actually
lose
loses,
randomly
like,
just to anybody.
West Balls is like lost to Gimmer before. When was MTK lost to Gimmer?
You got me.
Talk about meta.
Isn't there people in this community that just decide that they want to win, or at least there was at some points? Not in Skullgirls specifically, but just in other fighting game communities. Where they just go, you know what, I'm going to decide to win this tournament after putting in $70 plus so and so. I think now's the time to actually win it.
I remember hearing something like
okay.
that for like Melee in the doco. It was pretty cool when they talk about like Isaiah or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah.
something like that, and they tried to
Oh,
make
yeah,
it
Isaiah.
really inspiring. Yeah.
And
It
he's
was
like,
really
he just
inspiring,
he
like-
would just say he wanted to win and then he'd win. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, something
That's
like
pretty
that.
good.
Oh, did you see the double jump?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was so tight. I was like, oh my
The
god. I
double
didn't want
jump?
to say anything.
I might be a little behind. I'm watching we're watching Squiggly vs. Fortune right now. I'm guessing that's Squiggly Big Band, that's Jedi, that's...
Basically, I did a jump in medium punch, and she did Gravedigger, or no, Daisy Pusher,
Yeah.
and I can
Gravedigger.
post flash double jump out of it,
Yeah, because you
as
hit the
opposed
big
to other
one.
characters who just land and die.
Oh, you mean
It's not
post
cancelled on with?
flash air dash? You mean?
No, Robo Fortune.
Oh, Robo Fortune,
Jump-
right?
Holy
cancel
fuck,
on
that
whip.
parry! Jesus
Jump.
fuck!
Wait, jump cancel on whiff? What the fuck?
No. He got it to hit. He got the jump medium punch to hit like Big Band or whatever, and then he double jump canceled it.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
it was still
Big
pretty
Band.
pro. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember what happened. I don't know.
I literally
Maybe
just
that's-
you can literally just watch the match, homie.
Hang on, where are
I
you?
realised I
Oh, is
shouldn't
it being
commentate.
streamed? Is that
Yes,
what's going on?
yes.
Yeah. I shouldn't, shouldn't
Okay.
commentate over it because it's gonna have delay.
Nah, it's fine. I mean,
I
people can
probably-
go back and
probably
watch
watch
it. It's all good.
Yeah, people
CBS.
should be watching it.
You can watch it right now. I don't care.
Yeah, there's probably gonna be the delay though still.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Watching that.
No, I don't really. The only thing I really wanted to like watch specifically was Age versus Risky, but I can't find the VOD on me, so can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Is it just
It
like
was on the laptop.
It definitely was. That was
It's like
immediately
100
before.
there's like 100
I
matches.
played
at least.
Age. Like, didn't I play Age immediately after?
Can we also please take down the photo of Pudge from the stream? I don't think he wants his likeness put up on.
That's gonna stay, homie.
Oh boy.
All it's missing is the Asuna cosplay. That's really all it's. That's all
The
that
what?
needs to add. So
Did you see there was someone who cosplayed as a working like Beatmania machine or something?
what?
Yes.
Oh,
No, you have to explain that shit. You just can't say. You can't put words together and expect us to form a concept. Can you please explain what the fuck?
There was like a big box with legs coming out of it, and it was a working Beatmania machine.
Hell yeah.
See that?
That is the most
find
ascendant
that
shit I've
hard
heard in
to
my
believe
life.
that I would have not seen that.
Yeah, why can't more people cosplay as just live action games? I think that's the case.
Someone,
But for real
someone
though,
should
like
cosplay.
someone at a convention cosplayed as a game master from Hearthstone, so he'd have like cards printed out and he had like a deck strapped to him. So you just walk up to the guy and you stand in front of him like a meter away and you play Hearthstone against him. But the
can
game's
do
just
that.
slow because it's fucking Hearthstone in real life. Of course it's slower. So it takes
Oh,
like
you should have dumped level 3 right there.
yeah, it's like a stoop. I can say that I really admire my friend Rosie, who's doing her nerdy burlesque shows, and she does a fucking fantastic striptease show simply as a Tetris block.
Oh wow!
I have to see this.
Yeah, it's Geek Out Burlesque. Go see that if you're in Melbourne. Yeah, that's a free plug for her because I actually was working at that event.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to chill whatever you want, you can go ahead and do it. I have no fear anymore.
Absolutely will I give her props because one, it's a very well put on event, and two, it's a unique event because it's giving burlesque that geeky fucking pull for it, so it's fucking awesome.
Has he mentioned like Ladybeard, the burlesque thing you had on your thingy a while ago?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, fucking Ladybeard.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's not Ladybeard, but it's basically just people who cosplay but also do burlesque striptease.
Oh, okay, that's something completely different, I guess.
Basically, the inevitable evolution of cosplay.
Okay, sweet.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And my piece to that was that she did a whole routine as a Tetris block, where she got like a T shape, and then like the bit that sticks out will be the one in front because she's a woman. So it adds that female appeal to it. I remember her coming off the stage with that going, that was the fucking hardest thing in my life. I couldn't fucking see the stage. Because there was like a dip in the stage and she had heels on, so I was like, holy fuck. It took like 5 minutes for me to get up off that goddamn dip.
Yeah.
I actually got to volunteer at that event. I was, I can't remember what the terminology for it was, but like caddy, gopher, basically, I don't know, as you've probably heard from the term burlesque show, but when people go on stage, they come off of that stage with less clothes than what they entered onto that stage with. And someone has to pick that shit up.
I see.
That was fun. It was kind of cool sitting backstage and like having them come back with less, like they've come back from like the war. To have them see the experience that they go out there for and then just come back.
War-torn experience.
Yeah. Yeah, they had like that 1,000-yard stare as well when they come off. They're not the same person they were when they come back. So it was really sad and heartbreaking.
It's
sounds
like
like a
that
good
dream you have. It's like when you... It's like that trick where you like imagine everyone else in their underwear, except this time you are like actually making yourself in your underwear.
You are actually, yeah.
And that gives you the more confidence.
Exactly, yes. Make your nightmares the best dreams and motivational speeches you'll ever have.
Exactly.
I would recommend this show specifically because I know for a fact that she's actually a big fan of Skullgirls. So
excellent.
If this gets back to her, please do a Skullgirls inspired routine, please. Anyone.
How much for a private lap chance for Jedi Link?
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Don't start there.
Boy.
It depends because if it's me, I'm gonna have to charge you. But
Oh, if it's Dean, I want that.
great.
Oh no.
What, you specifically?
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Hell, nice.
Yeah, we'll get him second off to Jedi Link.
Awesome. Because Dean gotta eat.
I'm second yet again.
I'll dress up as
There were
Dean
so
Band,
many
and then it'll be the
Brambats I've
biggest,
come
like,
second
strip.
on now. I'll come
I'll
second to
fucking
this too. Pour a big one out for you, boy.
I'll cosplay as Big Band and strip for you.
Oh, thank
It'll
you.
be,
Oh,
very,
no.
it'll be a very like long strip because I'd have to take
Oh,
out
no.
all my instruments, take off the big fucking lung.
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue now,
This-
isn't it?
This extends my beat.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
This tag is like, what the fuck? Age, you're a madman.
Not anymore.
Age, why did you beat this guy?
I know I initiated this, but let's move on.
What have you
Yes, let us
done?
move on.
Age, why did you beat that? What the fuck is this sad? This match is insane. Anyway,
What are you watching?
I'm watching the
Can you
matches
just
you guys
have
are
it-
playing. It's on
Stage?
stream. It's
Explain
how-
what's
I
happening.
I love how Eliza just like. I
You
don't
can
know
literally
how-
just go to the
what
Skullgirls
content.
Oceania on stream and you can see it. What's happening?
Yeah, but it's gonna be on a delay, so you have to just describe it.
Yeah, so
Okay, so
I'm
Age just
actually doing things other than losing.
so you level 3.
Like,
and all
I can do
Jedi's
things
plan for
and not get
going
hit.
backwards just to go backwards 2 steps.
yeah, so see, Age just
Like, that
like
was
killed
the
Jedi yet
counterplay.
again. Why can't you do that in a bracket? I don't get it.
I used up all my thinking juice.
You should have brought more, man. I don't know.
You should have bought more from Coles, my man. Don't skimp on that shit.
Yeah, well, yeah. It'd
Can
be
I
how
ask
it'd be.
what your science is in adding in your team with Eliza and Robo? What's
What
your
my science is?
Yeah. It's a very unique team to me.
Oh yeah,
Well,
is this bracket? I think
I
this is bracket.
actually came back after about a 2-month break when DBZ came out, and I wanted to play in a Randbats just randomly. So I asked in chat, what team should I play? And someone said Eliza, Robo, Beowulf, and I said veto Beowulf. And now I'm thinking of adding Beowulf.
I think. Wait, isn't this Tomo's team? Yeah, this used to be Tomo's team. Yeah. I mean, like when he stopped playing, obviously. But, like this is what he played. Like especially with the Beowulf, that'd be really cool if he did that. I think that team's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is.
That's so sad. It's been so long since I've come back into this game that I don't know what Beowulf's changes are. Someone will have to run me through all the different.
Basically, like, have you ever played old Guilty Gear?
Possibly. Go on.
Have you heard of the character Holy Order Soul?
Yes.
He's got basically the chart system that Holy Order Soul had for a lot of his things.
Oh, okay.
Like he can charge it up by listening to the crowd and getting hype, or he can drop the mic and get hype, and he like some specials will like generate hype in certain circumstances. Like dropping them onto a chair will generate hype, and the hype can be used for like EX specials. So like when you do the grab mode, you can do the hype things. It's pretty cool. Does a fair amount of damage and all that sort of stuff. Otherwise, he's still the basic same boring character.
Whoa.
Does the jumping heavy punch, and sometimes he wins, sometimes he doesn't. It's cool. I played him for a bit. He's pretty alright.
That's a character I was thinking about picking up instead of Bella.
Yeah.
Just to keep things a bit more.
I never really got go with him though, but I won a Randbats, so that was cool.
If you're thinking of keeping things more simple, then Bella's more simple than Beowulf because
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to keep track of chair.
Sure. Okay. Alright.
You have to keep track of chair, you have to keep track of hype, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, one thing you can do is you can play like Beowulf Band for a while, and then start playing like Bella Beowulf Band or like Beowulf Bella Band or some shit.
I think all that sounds pretty good.
For some reason, I thought you were going to lead into the fact that, and then you can actually come back into Skullgirls and play with us. And
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah,
And that's kind of
that'd be
intended. That's kind of what you call it.
I don't
Assumed,
know, I think
right?
that's a bit of a hard action.
Yes,
Wait.
and then we can discuss matchups on the bed.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I see.
This is stupid.
See,
man.
Boot is just taking all this, and Boot. This is how you get good, by the way.
Hey, Chad, I get hold of your guy that gives you brain
Well-
because I clocked out at fucking discussing matchups in bed twice.
See, Age never had anybody to talk to about matchups in bed, so I'm not sure.
He's more of an online sort of guy.
Oh no!
I mean, he's
Oh
right.
no!
This is the best podcast I've had in a long time.
Why are you all like this?
Why are you
He's a
gonna do me
comedian.
like that?
This is the best. This is the
I wanted
fucking
to you
best.
like that.
Say what? Okay, now you just lost me. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, I love this community. Oh man.
This is great. Holy shit, this air throw by Boot. What the fuck?
Say
It's like the
what?
lowest air throw I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, he dropped the combo though, feels bad. Boot, why you drop combo sometimes?
Sometimes. What do you mean sometimes?
How you combo? Let's see if you finish this one. Oh, you didn't, fuck. Are you gonna double snap? No, you dropped the double snap. Boot, no. You're like almost
Are you
there.
watching me? Are you watching me play?
Yeah, I think this is the tournament match from you and Age.
How does it feel to 3-0 BH?
Somewhat relieving, I guess is the word.
Oh, okay.
I
But
can
I'm
honestly
worried
see that.
at a couple of points.
You know, honestly, I can see what he means with that. It's like if you're like playing back to where you should be in a different environment, it's like, oh, okay, it's basically like home or whatever. That's always a big part of playing in bracket. I feel like if you're good at a game and you don't just blow somebody up in your round one, it's like you're making a big mistake. Of course, like if your round one is really hard or whatever, then that's a different story.
Cool.
Wow, he just killed this big man right away. That's disgusting. But you gotta start calling Big Ben when Big Ben's gonna die. It's a big problem.
I have no idea.
Look at his life bar, homie.
I'm gonna have to
Alright,
rewatch
you know how-
that because I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, you know how some people just get better when they have less life? It's like that.
I don't think it's like that. I think he gets worse when he's less life.
I'm just bad overall. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, can we dial back on that? Because you said, like, I think some people get better when they have less life. That's a good key example of, like, that's like some Tony Robbins self-help shit, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the exact opposite, personally.
Damn.
Well, it probably doesn't apply to Skullgirls because if the character dies, well, characters die when they're killed, and you need like.
Do they now? Do they now?
Can you repeat that into the prompter, please, so I can have that on the record? Characters die when they are killed. Gotcha.
It's like a
Yeah.
10-year-old anime meme.
Yeah. I don't know where that
It
came
It
from.
is.
It's a pretty old anime.
Yeah, but it's applicable.
Of
Of course, Jay Link just has to SBO all over F1.
Unless if you're playing Valentine.
Yeah. Then you can do all the
That's a pretty sick
10-year-old
punishment,
memes
that's
you
tight.
want.
He did like the stupid level 3 to go over, and then he went full screen, and then Boot just shot him in the ass. That was funny. And then Age, does
Did I
Age
actually
have
do that?
mid-screens? Oh, Age doesn't have mid-screens. Age, boo!
Did Boots shoot him in the ass while talking matchups in bed as well? Or?
Oh, I wish. I wish you would do me like that.
What? Wait, what?
This podcast is fucking stupid! What are we doing?
I
don't
don't
know,
know. You lost me like 10 miles ago.
How long has this been going on? I'm not even sure anymore.
Look,
we supposed to be talking
so
about
bad
Bama
that you used a different fucking measurement system.
This is an hour and a half. Of this band.
I keep
great.
forgetting Australia is not America.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Wait, what was that? What?
That's not good. I keep forgetting.
What?
I'm sorry.
I keep forgetting that Australia is not America.
I mean, it's good that it's not, right?
Oh,
Also,
okay.
Do you
Yeah,
also
that.
forget that people die when they're killed as well?
Probably. I forget a lot of things.
Well, his controller's still working. Or like he just dropped it or some shit. I don't know. He just like did nothing. He knows that he's holding up back. I can see because you're holding the inputs, Boot. I can see what you're mashing, homie. Nice
Wait,
up
what was I
back on
doing?
incoming. I can see what you're doing. Literally,
Oh,
mashing.
okay.
Up back.
So a cool
No,
thing
he-
that happened to me at the after party. So I'm just derailing because you
I
guys
mean-
are just talking shit.
Whatever, go ahead, dude. I'm derailing the already derailed conversation, guys. Hee I won this game. Hee hee. I'm so good.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Guy with the medal, and I like went up to him. I was like, "Hey man, what's your medal for?" And it was Blaze Blue, and I was talking to Isoropia.
Oh, that guy. That guy's pretty
Nice.
cool. You know the cheap
Yeah,
people, right?
it's,
He's actually like a New Zealander. You know that? That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then he came
Anyway,
second.
good
This, at his like, I think his first actual like tournament, he came second at Blaze Blue.
Nice.
I don't know how
Very
he
good.
did it, but that's cool.
That is actually really nice.
Yeah. I think he played like online like really a lot, but I don't know. That's the first
Yeah.
time I'd heard of him in a long time.
As much as I want you to keep talking over Jedi Link, I want
Okay,
to
no,
hear
I'll
what
stop,
Jedi Link
sorry.
has to say.
I was talking to Isoropia, and like he was asking me about Skullgirls, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Skullgirls. It's pretty small, but it's really dedicated." And I was like talking to him about Blaze Blue, and I was like asking him about Blaze Blue and the Blaze Blue scene, and I like in that moment I had to realize that like we were talking to each other champion to champion, and we sort of like saw each other as. I was like,
Oh
"This
my
is never happened."
god.
Now,
Like, hey, this is kind of cool. I really like this.
all right.
And
So here's one thing you gotta know when you're a
Yes,
champion
Brian.
of Skullgirls.
Why did you let this happen, CM?
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Look, I'm gonna lay some fucking truth on him.
All right.
All right. So you think that you talk champion to champion.
Oh, hey, it's Adrian Risky. I'm sorry.
No,
But-
like obviously I'm like not as
You
good
gotta
as.
gotta watch me be actually good.
It's also like you have to understand that you're talking champion of game that people actually think is a real game versus Skullgirls champion.
Yeah.
So that's what was going on in ISO's mind.
You think so?
I think Asha was just like, who is this guy?
I'm actually really happy the Skullgirls actually got a medal this year. I was actually really
Yeah, it's
impressed.
amazing.
Yeah, we didn't get Tubbs and Nutella this time. I think that's a step up.
I
Hey,
think
Chris,
it's a
did you
step
get
down
any?
personally.
Did you get a? did
Wait,
you get
was
a
it
medal
one
from
of the
any
50-kilogram tubs of Nutella?
Nah,
Okay,
it was
so
like one of
the
the
fa-
lower ones.
Yeah. Okay, so CM started this tradition, and I'm sad that it didn't continue this year. But I think
Maybe
the
we
first
should
time
continue
we
it for
had-
next year.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But where he basically said, "All right, cool. We're gonna start a tournament. And we're gonna do that, and we're gonna run it. It's gonna be great." And then top 4 from descending order got descending lesser sizes of Nutella. So I think the winner actually did get a big old fucking jar of Nutella.
That's
Then-
fucking hilarious.
Second place got regular. Third place got the small pocket ones. And then the first year that I played Skullgirls, I got top 4. And for me, just to add salt to the wound, I got Aussie mice. Not
Yeah.
even tiny brand Vegemite, but the fucking Dick Smith shitty fucking off-brand wheat-based spread.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I actually have that.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck is
is it
this?
bad? Is it bad that I actually still have that on my kitchen counter? I had that
That's
sign
pretty
of
great,
the
'cause
year
it's
as
pretty
well.
salty too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice block. Oh, what the hell you got hit? I don't know why you got hit there. I can even look at your inputs, but I can't like rewind on this. Right. you hit-
Next year we need to continue the Nutella and Aussie Mite tradition because
I
we
agree.
can also put Skullgirls stickers on and make them official.
Dude, I want to come to BAM now.
You probably
Yeah,
should.
come to
It's
BAM.
fun.
Yeah,
It's
actually, you
really
know what?
fun.
The first year that happens, we had one of the players from Killer Instinct come in, and we were talking about the tournament. And I was saying like, oh yeah, like top place for like a jar of Nutella, and the guy went, dude, do you really? I fucking should have played that tournament. And I looked at him dumbfounded, and I go, dude, you won Killer Instinct. You got a trophy out of that.
Can't eat it.
What the
You
fuck?
can't eat a trophy.
You can't eat a trophy and people die when they're killed.
Oh no.
Like, I remember looking and going like, yeah, you got a trophy out of this, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, there was budget behind your tournament. What the fuck?
I will say though, Ace,
You
you
don't
blocked
win
that
tournaments
cross
without
pretty
being
well.
hungry, man.
It's been a long ass.
I think one
podcast.
thing against
Fun, though.
I think one thing against like IAD offense, I just realized this right now, so I'm sorry I'm derailing from the already derailed podcast. But one thing that I realized that's actually pretty cool is if you're expecting an IAD somewhere near you as an approach option, it might be a good thing to do to just cross up block it so you get out of the corner.
Yeah.
Like obviously
in
it depends
dash
on
under.
the. Oh yeah, I mean like if you can't dash under, then you just walk under, right? Like depending on the situation. Obviously against some buttons you can't really do that. Like Eliza thinks you can't really do that too.
Yeah.
Philly
Like,
thinks
people
you can't really do that
in Guilty
too.
Gear to like get out of jumping normals.
Yeah, but like I feel like there was one instance like last game where you, like Risky did a jump in with jumping AE punch with Valentine, and you just like cross up blocked it, and I thought that was really smart. Of course, you blocked with
I doubt it
Bravo.
was intentional, but I've seen Risky do that a lot, which I think is intentional.
Yeah. Oh, he got absolutely destroyed. Oh, Risky doesn't know any combos.
What are you talking about? Like you go under them and then you block it?
Yeah, you block in. You instead of blocking in the corner, you block outside of the corner, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's basically
Yeah, okay.
like what happens is that like they do instant air dash attack, and as they're doing the attack, they're already stapled to the wall. Like they can't move anywhere forward. So if you hold back, you just hold back and block it. But if you walk forward, you uncorner yourself, and suddenly they're doing a cross up air null.
And that's your block anyway because you're blocking the proper
Wait.
way.
So even if you block it cross up though, right? Like you walk
Yeah.
forward, then you block it cross up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Also, I'm not sure why Risky push block that is
Yeah.
really bad. I think Risky has a lot of terrible habits, but he has a lot
So
better
then the
neutral
true
than a lot of these
strategy to win is just when you're in corner, just hold forward.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then when you play against Jedi, you just hold up forward.
done.
There we go. He never gets it. Just keep walking forward. In fact, do it out of corner too. Just walk at him for the whole game. He doesn't get it.
I kind of think it would improve my defense.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on specific pressure. Like some pressure will just lose to, obviously. Like that's not gonna work against Philia.
Like, if nothing else, I got to hold up forward against Jedi and it worked still.
Well, you didn't like hit me for it at least. Like,
Yeah, well, I blame lag.
Yeah, I think Risky's Bella is actually like very bad.
Is
Like
it
there are a lot
lag
of things.
PS4 resolution rate. That's the question.
I think resolution isn't an issue about that. I remember reading the test that Noodles did about that, and he didn't say.
Fucking lag it is then.
Yeah, this is PS4's leg.
Yeah. Well, if it turns out that the PS4 lag can't actually be turned down, and if PS4 is going to be the tournament standard, then we might have to make the fucking most disgusting decision possible as a scene and go, all right, standard online play is you add X frames of delay.
No, I don't think that's good. Like I would just when I'm playing casuals, like I would play like 1 day or 2 days before the event just on PS4. I won't play on PC.
Yeah.
I would just do that.
Can't we just bring your laptop again? Like what?
Bringing laptop is fine. I just think like running laptop setup like it looks janky, in my opinion.
Even if you hook it up to the
Also,
monitor?
like,
It depends. Like if the monitor has lag, then that's an issue now, isn't it? Or if the HDMI cable adds or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
There are plenty
something
of reasons
about
for it to
running
go
a
wrong.
laptop. Yeah, there's something about running a laptop too in a setup that just sort of looks wrong in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
really cheap.
it does look like poverty, but it's better. I think it's a better version of the game.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's understandable. I don't know. I just don't like it. I also think that there's like too many ways that Windows can destroy it. Like there was one game I know that Windows destroyed it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Also Jedi, you can combo there after seeing SPI. Level 2
But like
SPI.
the reason
Hey,
that I would want like online standard to add that like frames of delay is because like one of the big reasons that I got fucked up by lag is because literally all of my muscle memory and all of my like even like my neutral was like, and then this will work within a few frames of like precision.
Yeah, I think
what
it's
the-
just that you should just play on PS4 like for like 1 or 2 days before that, and you'll get used to it. I'm not sure about you personally, but like I didn't find it as bad, especially when like because I had to play on a PS4 tournament as well.
Like one of the things I like to do is if I play a game a lot, I want to optimize the shit out of it, and one of the ways to optimize is actually to do things that are like just slightly like just consistently doing things that are harder and harder to time.
Yeah.
When lag fucks that up, it just does.
That's unfortunate.
And I understand your sentiment. I still see that like people should if PS4 tournaments are going to be the standard, which by the looks of it they will be, like people should play like at least a week before at the absolute max. I guess they should just play like on PS4 to like add like 1 or 2 or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the actual number is for PC compared to PS4, so I can't really say on that entirely.
let me just say that like I've played online with 2 frames of lag before, and I felt like it was nowhere near like that. That's just me though.
You were saying PC was worse?
No.
Saying that it wasn't
PC
2
with 2
frames.
frames of lag. So like the PS4 was not as bad as 2 frames.
It can't have just been 1 frame that fucked me up that bad.
I mean,
Maybe it was.
testing probably is way more required than that. I guess I'm not sure. Also, losing that paint robo that was Randall time was pretty bad.
Hey Dean, do you know what the setups that ran Alpha 2 actually were?
Oh, what? So I think it was because they came in like those little boxes with the green top, correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a super gun, yeah.
Yeah. They were basically using arcade boards in a box.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
okay.
basically like a
Whoa.
console, except in an arcade. It's
Yeah.
basically an arcade console.
Yeah, I was really worried when I
Alright, so
worked
here's
up
what we do.
I had no idea if it would would
I
work with
know
a
the
controller,
fucking
but you could actually
solution.
just plug it in and do button checks. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know the solution. We get a whole bunch of empty PS4 chassis.
All right.
We get like the computer parts we need in order to run Skullgirls at 60 FPS at the most extraneous circumstances. Then we make a custom Linux distribution that just pretends that it's PS4,
All right.
and then we bring it to the majors and go, "No, we got our PS4 setups, mate. We got it."
So you're gonna shell out like $700 for that? That's cool.
700. Fuck.
It's
it would
like-
be more.
700
yeah,
at the
no.
very least.
Yeah, and then I'll bring it to Combo Breaker, have that for the grand finals, and everyone will be fucked up being, "What the fuck? There's less input lag. I can't play." And then
That's cool. Oh, this is Team versus Age. I didn't realize. I thought this was Team versus Jedi. I don't know.
How do you think Seam was me? What the hell?
No,
Well,
I
it
was
was
I was just
pretty much
completely
Team versus
befuddled
Jedi.
by the entire thing. I wasn't paying attention. That was incoming L beam. Godlike. All right.
incoming L beam.
Like Age was coming in and he matched L beam. It was pretty funny.
Going slightly quick back to what you were saying about the boards, yeah, but I believe the guy that runs that has been running those SF5 and Alpha, not SF5, SF2 and Alpha games for like a few years now.
Oh yeah,
Spider
Eagle,
Carnage?
he's
Yeah.
been doing that forever.
Do you know if there's an online scene for it?
This fight kid,
don't recall.
but it's not very good. Or like it's not very.
Like, I mean
Australian.
people who I'd be able to talk to regularly and actually find out stuff about the game,
Probably not.
rather than just wikis.
Honestly, probably not. The only thing you'd find is probably like me. I'll play it. But
Seeing
you know,
that
it is
alone
what it
in a
is.
room and that's it.
There's like a few offline players, I guess.
You know how sad I was, me going to Japan and finding Skullgirls in the arcades and having no one to play with?
Oh yeah, that
Very
must have been a
sad
blast,
fucking-
right? Oh,
That
I
was,
always
that was
wanted
the
to.
saddest fucking feeling.
I always wanted to ask like how, if there was an actual event that had, so the event was run on Skullgirls Arcade, and there's a specific rule that if you were playing a team bigger than the size of your opponent's team, say if you're playing like 3v2 or 3v1 or whatever, you had to kill your characters, and then you'd have to play on the same like size of characters. So if you're playing a 3v2, you have to get
That
your character
sounds-
killed, so you play a 2v2, so it's fair.
That sounds fucking dumb.
What the hell?
I've heard this
Japan.
story. I've never like actually clarified it somehow, and I don't know if I can somehow. I just
Well,
found it
can't be
amazingly
real.
funny.
That
What
can't
kind
be
of-
real, right?
Dumbass fucking setup is that?
I could,
That's the
alright, I
worst
could
handicap
potentially
ever.
see it if they were all like new to the game, and they didn't want to lose to like, "I didn't know your character and so I lost."
I mean, like it was like one of the first events they had at when the arcade build came out, so I'm guessing it's that.
That's dumb as
Japan in
fuck.
early days was kind of weird with SG because they all went solo.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's understandable,
I mean,
right?
some of them still are, right?
I
No,
think
almost
they've
every single person
They've
likes
moved a
baseball.
lot more into team play, but like originally it was all like either solo play or they would get a combo and do a full combo into a knockdown
Yeah,
every
they,
single time.
yeah, they play like a regular anime game.
Sure.
Yeah, they literally did not comprehend the game.
Yeah, I think the players now are really good. Like Pin is really good. Pin I think is like I'd say like he's one of the actual really good best players in the world.
Yes.
I even watched
Yeah,
the
okay.
first 10. It was pretty garbage. I mean, like as in like the other guy got like completely destroyed.
He has some cool matches versus Magic Man,
Right.
but
Oh,
like,
Magic Man. Magic Man is my man.
The magic man with the magic goose.
Magic man with a magic hand in bed, next to you.
Well, we're talking about matchups in Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually really happy that he's
Beat
back from the
extendo
wars.
nida.
Is that Japanese?
Now the nida is basically the Korean desu.
Oh, okay.
Have you done that?
Oh,
Okay.
the mortuary drop was fucking sick. That's the first time I've ever seen you use it.
Yeah,
It was
you still
against the
do
spook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is actually so ascended. Oh, he tried it
Same
again,
thing,
then he
'cause you
dropped
guys
it.
are talking about wacky crap.
Holy fuck. I'm looking over my notes from BAM, and I think okay, so I kept like this notebook throughout the process of me walking around BAM and talking to people. And I think I filled in, let's see, like, fucking...
I don't know why Age got hit by that. He should have performed that immediately. The standing heavy punch fly jump meeting make safe jump into overhead. I'm like, I always just push block it immediately because I think it's really easy to do that on reaction. And TM never really mixes like, oh, I'm just gonna empty fly this time or whatever.
How long has it been since I've played
Sorry
Painwheel?
about that.
How long is it? Have I played Pinwheel? I've done it every single time. I don't know. Also, I guess I was gonna say my Pinwheel, but I've never done that setup.
Has any of you played or dabbled in the mobile game?
Nope.
I think
I played it
Shuffle's
for like a
pretty good.
minute.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded it on the bus to the airport, and I was like, not
that bad,
feeling-
huh?
It feels
Sure
different.
is a mobile game.
It's a mobile.
Yeah.
It feels different, but I don't know. Like I think there's something magical about it that makes it so unique. Like and to us, like it's like this ain't Skullgirls. Yeet.
I mean, it doesn't. That's the point, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
it's what you can do with what it was. I thought it was okay, but I didn't play it. There was nothing attaching me to it. But I like it.
I think Mal played it a little bit, and like Shuffle played it a little bit. And there's like one guy who was actually into it. He's like wants to go to a convention in Combo Breaker for that shit. And he was asking around.
Mobile tournament. God
oh
bless
yeah,
him.
I saw
God
that.
bless him.
No. Like there's a convention for the Skullgirls mobile game at Combo Breaker, and he was like, "Can I go there somehow?" I was like, "I don't know, man."
I'm pretty sure he was just asked for him, so he can get the like they're distributing some kind of
yeah. Some
What was
weird
it?
character, right? Like you get a
like
special
a promotional
character.
character. I think it's like a general in this server.
Yeah. But yeah, Bam was
Oh,
cool,
wow.
right?
That was very cool. Yeah.
Bam was ascended.
I'm so glad everyone thought so because I was so nervous about.
Oh yeah, this is the Age
Not-
versus
not that it was a
CM said
shit
they went to
match.
game 5. That's cool.
Mm.
If I had the replays
Yeah.
before, I'd actually had like recordings of specific sets that I wanted to actually just analyze together with like a group of people. But that happened too late, so we'll do it another time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy with how this event came out, and I'm hoping that everyone here will be able to come for the next one because I want this to get bigger and bigger.
Oh, Boot left.
Yes.
And I got him.
Oh no, he rejoined.
It was pretty
I don't know what happened.
Pretty weeks back. Couldn't stand
He
the
left
fact
and he
that
went to other
Sam
games. I was
so
like, oh, I
good.
know what happened.
Yeah, but my I don't know. I just stopped being able to hear anything. I
Okay,
think my internet just fucked up.
it's all good. I think it's super duper dead, right? No, it's probably not.
Ooh.
Wow,
Alright,
that
I
DHC
think
does a
I'm-
lot of damage. The Eliza DHC always never ceases to amaze me. It always does so much damage. Especially the last hit. Just chunk, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that would kill there. Character's really good. I guess we can talk about like the meta that happened in BAM and like going forward. I guess we already talked about Fukua and Robo being abundant. I guess it's like
Oh,
I'm
like-
picking up Robo. There's a lot of new players picking up Robo, or maybe like a few. New players
I'm
picking
going
up
to
Robo.
stay with Squigband for the foreseeable future.
Hey, I didn't know that, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me know.
I think my next step is like either adding a DP assist or avoiding changing teams for a while.
I think you should avoid changing teams for a while.
I do too, but it's super tempting.
Of course it is. It's the
Well,
age
that's-
tip.
Yeah, that's a ha 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 ha. I
Age,
kick you out of your own
age, no
fucking
me.
podcast.
How long have you actually stuck to a team?
When I was winning a lot with Bella Band, not Bella Band, Bella Double,
Right.
I stuck to that team pretty much for vanilla through like whatever the second PC version was. It was only when Led beat me in Randats one time that I added Peacock.
Right.
And then until I left, I was playing Peacock.
I like your peacock. I don't know why you dropped it.
I picked it back up for a while.
I think when he
just-
came
yeah,
back, I
but you
played.
dropped it
I played
now.
like. I think when I came back, like when I like started playing and Age came back, it was like I played as Pico and I was like, this is the dumbest character I've played in my life.
Yeah. What happened to? Hold on. What happened to a player, Chris would know, who played Peacock Filia and played Peacock in
Folks.
Rush?
Folks.
Yeah, where the
He came back at one
Folks?
point.
I'm glad he came back, but where is he now?
I think it's
I
like
have no idea.
he literally came for like one bracket, then just like never came back.
God damn it. 'Cause I remember I was playing him and he was commentating his own match. Like an asshole, because he was winning and I was getting salty over it.
Robotech sucks, tell your friends.
We might be able to lure him back to events or at least majors. Like he's like, I have him on Facebook. He liked that fucking Indian tech developer gets out of like his excuse for not going to work was by claiming he was a reincarnation of Vishnu. I'm like,
Wait,
this guy's
what?
fucking yeah. I posted it in the shit posting channel. It's the most ascended excuse to get out of work I've ever seen.
It is pretty descendant, I'm not gonna lie.
So folks liked that when I posted it to Facebook. So it's like he exists still. So we should just get him to next BAM at the very least.
Absolutely.
Skips
I want-
want to
I
go
want
to
the old
fifth
people.
dimension.
Yeah, man.
I want all of the old Skullgirls players to just meet up at the dam for what next time is.
Team, I think-
Can we talk about Pidgey playing like Team Duckator and somehow knowing about Monster Super?
Yeah, because he pays attention to fighting game news. He just doesn't grind every fighting game.
Ah, okay.
Like he's one of those people like what if Tomo didn't practice the games, but he instead of the time he used to practice the games, he spent learning about the games and like thinking about them.
Or like learning of the games.
Yeah, learning of the games. So it's like his knowledge of fighting games is the most ascended out of everyone in Australia. It's just maybe, he can't play them that well because he doesn't like play that much at a high level, or like with the intention to really like get good at that sort of thing. But also like,
He's like the most casual, like really good
Yeah.
like, knowledge person I've ever seen.
yeah. Yeah, so it's like he understands everything relevant. It's just, he can tell you about everything relevant.
Yeah. Oof. I'm starting to feel it, my dudes. So, I don't know. I think I might end it here. I want to thank you for having me on. And I personally want to say to you, Yoma, thank you so much for creating a channel and creating a place for everyone that's in the Oceania region to have a place for.
I just saw the
Skullgirls community.
360. That was so quick.
Wait, what?
So like what do you call it? Risky does a dynamo, the Jedi blocks it, and then he goes for the punish, and then Risky like there's this one point where like Jedi just drops the combo. Risky does the quickest 360 I've ever seen in my entire life. He just
Yep.
kills
Oh
it for
yeah,
it.
oh yeah, dude. I also like how in my nice touching speech to you and how I was going to compliment you on bringing the
Yeah.
Skullgirls community together, you were talking about.
I
Risky
had to
getting
mention
bodied,
it. It
man.
was so fucking funny.
No, I really like that, man. Fuck you.
Fight me.
Yeah, fuck you, Emma.
God damn it. But no,
Body.
thank you for having me on, and I hope to play and see all of you soon.
Hey Dean, thanks for having
Yes.
Skuggles at BAM,
Thanks for dropping in, man.
and thanks for jumping over here and just talking about all sorts of stuff. It was fun.
It was great talking shit with you, man.
Thanks for the weird story.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks for
My
that for sure.
absolute pleasure. I have more stories to come, I'm sure. But right now, I think I've got that con flu, so I better
Ah.
calm down.
Oh
Understand.
no.
You got Bamitis.
Bamitis. I got Bamitosis.
Yeah, I guess I'm not very creative.
Because guess what? None of you fucks babes, so I have to deal with that. I have to fucking swim through all you fucking filth. But I love all of you. So thank
Hey
you
man,
so
we didn't have that many Smash players over here, I think.
much. We love you. Haha. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
See ya, Dean.
Gotcha.
Bye.
I don't know, man. This set's going on. It's pretty cool. Just,
We're gonna talk more about BAM.
I guess so. I mean, we can talk about whatever about BAM. It's just, it depends on the
I don't know if you. What were you guys talking about before I got here?
Oh, basically like talking about like BAM in general, like how it was a really big event and all that. Like not like how Skullgirls went at BAM, it was just like how BAM happened and all that.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
what do I
And then
have
we
to
shot
say
the shit a
about
lot. It
BAM?
was pretty fun.
Cool, it was fun coming out.
I really wanted to actually analyze games, but in this nature, it's kind of hard to do that. because I can't like rewind or whatever. I can definitely pause though. It's pretty cool. I also want to say thanks to Mal for this what do you call it? This program that just lets me just run through 116 games without doing anything. That's cool.
That never works for me for some reason. I don't get why.
You want to get the newest version, and you want to set your button config to be proper on the you call
Yeah, I'm
it.
pretty sure I did.
Yeah, do you have version 1.33?
Yeah, that's what I had, I think.
Yeah, and then you got to go to like your select game, and then you open Skullgirls, and you have to like put in the buttons that you have on your game, like your keyboard buttons, and then you set that, and it should work. Because it basically feeds them keyboard inputs. So if your keyboard
I'll
is
try
not
that
proper,
again someday.
but
The last few times I tried it, just did nothing.
yeah, it's probably why because your keyboard wasn't set right.
Yeah, that might be it.
But yeah, I guess Squiggly's really good, huh? Who would have thunk?
She's alright.
I think the only reason why we thought that Squiggly was bad was, I mean, one, we didn't really have a good Squiggly to show us that Squiggly's good, and second of all, I think we emphasized too much the fact that she only works with Big Band, and we didn't realize the fact that she's amazing when she's with Big Band.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the big reasons I had. I also think that the ideas people had about the character were really wrong. Like, I remember specifically CM saying that Squiggly's a good chip character, and I just don't think that's true.
No, it's
I don't
not.
think that's not what makes her good.
It's not what makes her good. It's one of the things that she can do.
Yeah.
But it's like no.
It's not
Dude,
like
it
not
does
that relevant.
shit like nothing. Like SBO does barely any damage.
Yeah, like me and CM were discussing like Squiggly Eliza at some point. We were like, oh yeah, you could call like Spiral, and then you could do Arpeggio into SBO, and that would be cool chip sequence. And I was like, all right. Oh, this is cool.
When was this? How long ago was this? Are you talking
This
about
is like 2016, I think. This is Steam days. I know that much.
You're like trying to theory craft like optimal Squiggly, and the idea that you came up with was Squiggly, Spiral plus Arpeggio plus SBO.
Hey man, it wasn't me, alright? I wasn't the one who was doing that. I'm just throwing CM under the bus right now. It's all good. Maybe it's not good for him. It's good for me. And anyhow, but like, yeah, I think that's one of the big reasons we kind of had a really bad opinion on Squiggly. I think if I were to make a tier list now, I would probably put Fuko on the bottom. But
Yeah.
again, I think that's less because I don't know about her. Because now I actually had a bit of an opinion on her even before, like I played her and all that. But I still think that a lot of the low tiers in this game are just like they're very good characters. It's just that some things that they do aren't as highly valued, or the way that they do it isn't as highly valued in the game.
Yeah.
Like Fukua doing lots of mix-ups and spending her life and all that sort of stuff isn't that strong if you think about it at what it gives you, and then you think about, oh, Peacock can just do that as well, and Peacock is Peacock. And people be mashing buttons, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I'd say like top tier is probably like Peacock, Valentine, Fortune secretly, but nobody.
Valentine
nobody will know.
is mid tier.
I will not accept this meme.
And cheat, let's be real.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thinking emoji.
The only
Actually,
thing
no.
that,
Now,
like,
now I'm wondering. Now I'm actually wondering. What makes Valentine really
Just
good? huh?
find my old tier list and assume that
Think-
that's correct.
her neutral is probably like one of the best in terms of like the options that she has.
I think it's also that she has a ton of options as well. It's just that I don't know. I think Fortune's. If you say Fortune's not top 3, you're definitely an idiot. It's just nobody CE can show that currently.
Would you say that? Wait. You mean Misfortune or Robo Fortune?
Misfortune, not Robo. I think Robo.
Okay,
I don't
Misfortune.
have an opinion on Robo.
Would you say that if I thought that like? Oh wait, no, she might be third. Then again, I'm thinking that Robo Fortune might unironically be top 3.
Oh god.
I just think the inconsistency makes her bad in the context of Skullgirls. Like it's like I like try to compare it to Falca, where it's like Falco is really good, right? But he gets gimped by everybody, and he gets destroyed when he gets hit. But
all right.
the rest
So
of the
that's true.
characters in the game are
But-
that much better, or like that much worse, and he is ultimately so much better than everybody else that it doesn't really matter that he gets
Okay.
gimped by right.
So what? So imagine if Falco could pick beat extent.
I do not want to imagine this.
Nah.
I'd still think the inconsistency is too much. I don't know. Like, it's too easy to just die if you get hit. I don't know. I still don't. I think he's a really good character. I'd put it like mid tier at least. I'm not sure, but I just think the inconsistency value is like too much. Which is what makes me think about Valentine again. Is that if she gets hit, she kind of doesn't really have a good reversal. But I guess DHCs make a part of it. So like it's hard to make like tier lists based on what do you call it? Just like solo, probably for that reason. Like I wouldn't put Big Band by himself on like top tier or whatever because he's got a lot of
Big
losing
Band
matchups
sucks.
against a lot of teams. But Big Band provides so much to a team, and that almost every shell is guaranteed to be good with Big Band. Sort of deal.
Big Band, like with some assists and with a safe DHC, is pretty scary.
Yeah, like that. Like you have to like characterize what team is really good with the character as well, and all that sort of stuff.
I think Dragon Bite's really good for Big Band. I've kind of
Yeah.
come around to it.
Yeah, I think Dragon Bite's really good. Hairball's really good. Opinion is really good. H-Pinion is really good, obviously. Because combo off of SSJ is really, really strong, and safety HC is really good. But like that's the problem, right? If you want to make tiers for characters, I guess you should have optimal teams for each character. I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't even care about making a Skullgirls tier list, and I think most people don't, because I don't really see many people like trying to like solidify a tier list.
Yeah, I guess this is fun to like think about on the side. I guess I'm not sure.
Like it's fun to think about. But I don't really care about thinking about it too hard,
Yeah, like because like every time like, especially like Smash players when they ask me about the game, they're like, "Who's top tier?" And I'm like, "I don't know," because you know how Smash players are like. They're always like, "Oh, big top tier."
Yeah, like people are like, yeah, no, that's actually it's like I feel like that's actually something that's unique about Skullgirls is that there is no actual tier list.
Yeah, I guess.
The game, it's like,
Like, every character can be really, really good. It just depends on the team that you play it on.
And it's
Yeah.
like something that actually was interesting is that Aris talking about Soul Calibur 2, he was like, oh yeah, Soul Calibur 2 is like really balanced.
Oh, he's wrong.
Like-
He's totally wrong.
Because like, oh, there are good characters and shitty characters, but the shitty characters can beat the good characters. But like, if you're acknowledging that there are good characters and shitty characters, you're already kind of admitting that it's not balanced.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
then there's like, well, with Skullgirls, yeah, it's actually like legitimately hard to form a fucking tier list, a legitimate tier list opinion in Skullgirls.
Yeah.
I think as much as I like shit talk on Mike Z for designing some of the most fucked-hearted character designs I've ever seen.
I think they all work in the context of the game really, really solidly.
Yeah, they do. And the fact that it's hard to actually have a definitive tier list for Skullgirls is like, there has literally never been a fighting game where no one knew what the fuck the tier list was 8 years or so after its release.
I think I mean the closest thing is like Marvel 3, I guess. Well, like
But even then,
in Marvel 3 it was like, hey, this shell is really good. Like Mag Doom is really solid. You didn't say Mag. Yeah, I guess some people said like Magneto is top tier, but when people said, hey, Magneto's top tier, they said Mag Doom's really good, Mag Dorm's kind of good or whatever, stuff like that. I feel like it's hard to do that in Skullgirls.
I still
Yeah.
laugh that Chun won the last Evo.
That's pretty fucking funny.
that was Ascended. Ryan LV winning the last Evo. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, talk about one last thing about BAM. The phone stream was actually a really cool idea, and even though it was really garbage quality, it's a really cool idea, and we should definitely have that at the very least more events. Like I'm gonna do
yeah.
that when Mao gets here for the June event. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Like I'll like buy data for like I don't know. I'll buy like 5 gigs or whatever for a weekend, and I'll do it.
I feel like
really do.
if we were gonna do it, we should probably not do it like on a phone.
No, yeah, no. I mean, like phone, you kind of have to do it, right? Because it's like a really easy way to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
But like just having it be like
yeah.
480p or whatever instead of 14p would be really cool. You know.
I guess.
Also, you guys talk. I gotta go for a bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of hopping off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I got to do other shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thanks for coming on, CM. Thanks for coming to BAM and stuff.
Yeah, likewise. It was great talking. It was great meeting you. It's great playing you. Good time is had by all. I'm pooped.
Nice name.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Alright, who we got left? It's just Age, Goody, and myself. Age, you're still there, right?
Yeah.
What should we talk about while Yoma's gone?
I've got no idea.
So what's the logic behind my defense?
I mean, like, I can just, like, there's not, like, a trick to it necessarily. Every sort of instance is its, like, own individual read, and it would have its own individual logic behind it. I would have to, like, I might be able to go through the games and sort of, I might not be able to, like, maybe, like, I don't know, it's hard to say.
Sorry,
I
what
don't
was
think I
that?
can actually. We're talking
Well,
about
that's fair enough. I'm just thinking, like, the thing that worries me about going through and trying to figure out what logic you might be counteracting is if I then go, all right, I'm going to do the opposite of what's logical in my theory fighter sort of thing, and I'm just kind of going to break.
I mean,
Like,
that's
I won't have sensible defense anymore.
I think that's the point you have to be like, oh, I just have to get a lot better at this game now. I'm not sure.
You're specifically talking about like blocking.
Yeah,
It's
like, CM's not here. We could actually get CM to talk about this. It's actually a really interesting topic.
Another time, eh?
I guess so. Did he just say that he's like tired and leaving or whatever?
He said
Yeah.
he's got stuff to do.
Okay. But I think I think CM and I discussed that a while ago, like a really long time ago, and he was talking about how he was playing some guy in Virtua Fighter, and he was actively changing up his entire thought process just to counter what options he was like, because he would think that, okay, I've done this, now my opponent thinks that I've done this and blah blah blah, so I'll do this other thing, but he had to change that entire like thinking process to be quote unquote random enough to be different. You know what I mean? To like not like if you're like decision making can go from like one chain to like two chains, right? Like, oh, last time I blocked, this time I'll do this. But he had to change the way the chain was made in order to be able to win those situations. Like, I feel like that's where you actually have to be like that far ahead in your thinking juice or whatever. It's really hard.
What do you mean by the chain?
Like, if
As in, like,
oh, sorry,
sorry,
you
go ahead.
Basically, like, okay, so if you're like, you know, like, what was I saying? Like, if Falcon down throws you and you take in place, and then they read you taking place, then they stomp you, right? Next time you get down thrown, you're like, okay, like this is your chain. You're like, okay, last time I teched in place, he destroyed me, he read me. This time I'm gonna roll back, you know, and then he was like, okay, you know, if you don't get rid of whatever, that's a different story. But like, you had altering the chain is like thinking about it completely differently, or like factoring in more variables. Like, last time I was near the ledge and attacked in place and he stomped me. Maybe if I'm not near the ledge, he would think a different situation, and then I should be doing something differently or whatever. Like, there's a lot more things that can go into a decision making than just your previous decision, and improving on the ways that you make decisions or changing them radically is something like just doing like, okay, last time I tech in place then tech rolled, this time I'm gonna tech in place and tech in place again. Like, you have to do way different of a story than that, you know, to beat somebody who's actually really, really good and just like at reading you, which is something that happens a lot in Virtua Fighter, and I feel like it's getting to the level where that's happening in Skullgirls as well, especially at least at the higher level. Which you're probably gonna take that.
The problem I see with it approaching it like that is I don't think my layer 1 defense of at the very least squiggly is good enough to vary it based on reads.
Right.
So like if I am starting off with a really shaky kind of defense and then I decide to go, I'm going to completely ignore what little I do know and just do something that I think Jedi will not expect, it could still just get counter hit because I'm not prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I think then it depends on having a good layer 1 in the first place, right? And this is something I really wish Team was here for, but yeah, I guess that is what it is. Kind of whack. Definitely something to like talk about in like his channel or whatever, because I think it's really useful. That's the wackest level 3 I've seen in my life. But yeah.
It's like, for what it's worth, I'll just I don't know. I was gonna say like I was going to say I feel like I was doing more overheads than lows, but when I thought about it a bit more, I felt like maybe that's actually not true. So maybe I don't know.
I think in neutral,
I looked at previous sets and noted down each individual reset and named the type of reset, and also noted down what type of block it aimed at beating. And I noticed in that particular set that it would go like low, low, and then a different option, low, low, a different option, and that was kind of the ratio it was. So then I thought the next time I play, all right, I'll try to keep in mind maybe I should block low more often than not. And then you hit me with like 5 overheads in a row, and it just completely fucks with my head because I'm trying to look at patterns, I'm trying to change up how I'm approaching it, and it just immediately gets countered. Not even that you see something, it's just like
I think people just have different like thinkings about resets on a different day. Like one day I'll do way more overheads, but another day I'll do way more cross-ups or whatever. This is something I personally would try.
Well, I'll say this much. If I like overhead you 3 times in a row, I'm going to continue to overhead, like guaranteed. I'm not gonna low until you block an overhead.
Yeah, I have noticed that where it's you see something working, you tend to be stubborn about making them counter it. But there are times when you change it up though, because there's like a different positioning or a different health ratio, I think. Like if you're wanting to have the option to change characters, I think it's different as well.
Maybe.
But like I can't read what your intentions are well enough to really play that game, I don't think.
That's hard to say. I don't know, sometimes I do overhead, sometimes I do lows. Yeah, I'd have to look at it, and even if I do, I feel like I might not be able to actually say much. Maybe it's like
I wish I could just like be satisfied with sometimes low, sometimes high, but because the success rate is so high, there's absolutely zero chance that it's like a random thing.
Because like I feel like when I can't even explain why I think that, and I'm like, shit, what do I don't know. So maybe I actually like will try to look at our set and I'll see if I can point anything out.
I think you kind of like a lot of people, they'll do things based on the first interaction will be truly random. The first time they'll just do a whatever mix up, but then they'll like plan their further mix ups based on how the previous one went. So like how Jeddah said, the first time he might just go randomly overhead, and then he'd go, okay, the overhead just working, I'll just keep doing it. Next time he might just do a low, and then he's like, oh, I've done a few lows now, or whatever. Then he'll like change it up a little bit or some shit. I don't know, because he might think that a lows are way more easier to counter. I'm not exactly sure. That might be one of the things that he's thinking about, something like that. Maybe not at a conscious level, but at a subconscious level. Because there are certain mix-ups that you will just inherently value more than less, Maybe I'm just rambling, I'm not sure.
Well, that was the other thing. when I said I named the resets, it was because I wanted to know if there was like specific ones that he went back to as his regular go-to ones.
Yeah.
And I did notice in the set that I did this for that there were like 2 for Squiggly, 2 for Big Ben that were kind of common, and then he'd throw in a bunch of other ones. And then the next set I played against him, he never used those resets.
I think he's got to have a big enough library, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. It's hard, man. I'm sorry. Wow, that tag.
But yeah, that's kind of why I've given up on
Changing
like,
teams.
No, like specifically focusing on defense. I didn't concentrate on it as much in the lead up to BAM just because it wasn't netting me anything
It wasn't
against
fruitful.
Jedi.
Right. No, I understand.
I just haven't figured out how to improve it.
I think that was the big way I improved against you actually. It's kind of funny. I'm just not gonna block anything garbage that he does. I'm just gonna focus on not getting hit. I think it was pretty funny given the context.
I get you.
Like specifically versus Jace. I think I even talked to CM about it, and I was like, I hate getting hit by Aegis mix-ups because he just kills me. And he's like, why are you getting hit? And I'm like, you got me. And then I never lost set to Age again. Haha. No, I did. I think I probably have. Is this view gonna stay there? Oh, I went away at the right time. Why did I not think of this as a key moment? That's pretty key. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Jedi, you should talk about your notes for BAM, for CM, because that's related to BAM, right?
My mic being cutting out much?
It has a little bit, yes.
That's a shame. Yeah, okay, so about my notes. I was wondering if CM was going to bring it up. But really, my notes were nothing, the notes themselves weren't that comprehensive. But really what it was is that in the lead up to BAM, pretty much starting on Saturday, the weekend before, and all the way up until, even including on the flight, I was, I downloaded plays, all of our replays together, all 9 games.
Right.
With input display on.
Yeah.
Phone, and I just watched them over and over and over. And every single time I watched them, I took more notes on what was happening and what I needed to lab.
Right.
Things where I either missed a punish or I didn't know what to do or something like that, etc., etc. And I also sort of paid attention to which way he was blocking every single time I hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, oh shit, he actually blocks low a lot. I'm gonna fucking overhead him 50 times, and I actually did. And it was also, I also actually watched his games against other people as well, and I was also trying to just look at, okay, all of his resets. I need to know everything he does, and I practiced blocking and reversing his stuff. And funny thing that happened, I was playing him in casuals.
Before?
After.
Okay.
After the tournament. On Saturday, on the day after.
Oh, is this the 30-28 set, by the way?
I might upload that whole thing to YouTube, by the way.
Oh, yeah, cool. Do that.
And he tried to do this Painwheel reset on me. It's he does Painwheel versus Big Band. He does the jump heavy punch, then fly, then go over your head.
Oh, yeah.
He did it to me. The first time he did it, I reacted and I beat extended it, and you have to actually beat extend the other way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know about that one. Nice try, bitch. I didn't say it like that, but I was I basically sort of pointed out, oh yeah, I practiced against that. And he was I've been doing that to Shuffle for 4 years, and it unzips him every time. I was lol.
Yeah, I think Shuffle's labbing is not. Yeah, I don't want to blow Shuffle up for this either, but the way Shuffle labs is not very conducive to improving, I think. Where he just sits in training mode and doesn't actually play anybody, and then he's like, I've got these so many resets, and I'm like, well, you gotta show it, because you don't play or whatever. I don't know. I don't feel like blowing him up for that. I'll just say that much.
Sim was he was very impressed with my notes. He looked at them. I actually showed them to him, and he was like, yes, good.
I mean, I think he is really fascinated with tryhards, right? So
Something
Oh.
happened at the after party. We're talking to Attila. He's a Smash player.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know him. Probably
Melee?
not. Hey. No, he's Brawl, and I think he also plays Smash 4. But he was like mostly known as a Brawl player. I think.
Okay. So like a Brawl vet, but then like didn't play the games or whatever, the new games as much, whatever. Anyhow, probably not relevant.
I'm not completely sure.
Sorry.
Sam was already talking to Attila. I don't know how they know each other. They might like already have talked before. And like I came over and they were already talking about me.
Mhm.
Or maybe they weren't talking about me, but they were talking about like Skullgirls. And Sam was like, "Oh yeah," and this guy beat the shit out of me in tournament or whatever. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he told Attila about like the notes and how like I wrote everything out. And Attila was like, oh yes, I love that. And he was like talking about how when I was playing Brawl, I watched my sets with all the like top Melbourne Brawl players. And I like watch like, okay, when they're at the ledge, how many times do they re-grab the ledge? How many how many times will they do it before they jump? And then what do they do when they jump off the ledge? And it's like, oh, okay, so they re-jump this many times, then they'll do this option, and then like I play them, and then they do it, and I hit them with a big punish, and I was like, oh, Attila's so good, and he's like, don't look at my notes, don't look at my book, let's hide it.
Yeah. What the fuck? That is so much. But yeah, I think like
a good thing to learn about players as well is like finding the number of times someone will do something and then switch it up.
yeah, like in Korean Tekken, it's actually pretty good, like pretty big fashion to actually count the number of backdashes people do before they do anything. Like he'll do 5 backdashes and then he'll 4 dash, or he'll 3 backdash and then he'll do a counter hit move or whatever. Like stuff like that is actually really, really popular. I think anyway. Like a lot of I know that Tekken players in Korea do this, so it's not an unheard of strategy.
I think Seam was surprised because I don't think anyone's ever done that to him before. Like actually, like specifically try to download his habits.
I think people. I've done that, like, but like not as consciously. I mean, also because I never really hit him, so I never get to test it or whatever. But like,
yeah.
I'd always like when I get hits on him, I'd be like, okay, this thing is working on him. But like making it a lot more concrete is definitely the way to go.
Wondering if like, Yoma, I was wondering if in the scene, did you like? I was wondering like why I'm like the only one who's done this, like specifically try to beat CM, and I was thinking it was because like we're playing each other, like you and Mal and Fruit and Shuffle, etc., etc. You were like all approximately the same level, so you were like not even thinking about CM. He was like totally outside.
For the most part, yeah. Like
Still
me and TM, he was
busy.
just like, hey, we'll play a set. I'll probably lose, but I'll see what I can do or whatever, you know.
Yes,
Until very
maybe-
recently, I haven't actually been very competitive with him.
Oh, have you gotten more competitive more recently?
Yeah, like before I there was a point like when I started playing the game, I never actually took a single game from him in like 8 months. To like now, where I've been like 10-3, 10-4, which has actually never happened.
Okay, that's
It's like
that's nice. Good for you, Yama.
I mean, you know, that's cool. But like my level of improvement actually hasn't been as good as I would like it to be. Compared to, like for how long I've played and now how like quote unquote nerdy I am.
I was just like wondering if I was the only one who like seriously believed that I could beat CM and seriously tried.
Yeah, I actually think so. Probably. H, do you know anybody?
Well, I did that before CM was good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, like, there's so many
as he
instances
was
like
catching up, it was sort of what I was doing when I was learning Peacock, but again, I don't have the dedication and like figuring out people's habits style. I tend to just.
I mean, like,
get
I
working
had
on
never
it.
even thought about doing that earlier either. It was just because, like, I wanted to win the fucking medal. So, like, even if I have to win, quote-unquote, fraudulently, just by, like, specifically downloading his habits, that's still good enough.
I don't think
But
that's
like it
fraudulent.
ended up working out.
I don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't think that's
That,
fraudulent.
like-
You know how that's how infiltration like won everything in 2012, right?
Like by studying other players.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the guy who brought out the phone with the notes, and like he was the first one really doing that on stream, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Infiltration notes was actually a pretty popular meme. Like I'm pretty sure there had to be some like one EMP infiltrations notes. There had to be.
Yeah.
There's no way there isn't. But yeah, like I think in my experience with TM, there's like a few things where when I started doing it, he was like, "Yes, do this more, because I lose to this." And then like specifically him like hitting buttons after beat extend all the time. Like that's why almost every single time you've blocked his beat extend call, you've always supered and it's always worked. It's something he just gets to get away with against a lot of people where they just respect him too much. Wow, just run up overhead like that, like shit like that. Exactly. That's not gonna get grabbed. You idiot.
What games are you watching now?
It's I think it's still, what do you call it? Maybe I don't know what game this is specifically, but it's you versus CM.
Oh, well, this must be into the casuals then, because we didn't get grand finals.
Yeah, I guess so. There's been a lot of you guys games right now, so I'm guessing it is.
Because we play like 58 games, so that would be the rest of the game is probably going to be that.
Most likely.
And it'll be me versus Risky right at the end.
Yeah.
Unless there were like other games that some people played, I don't remember.
Anyhow, but yeah, it's like that's like the first time I've seen somebody actually like nerd out against them, which is cool. More people should do that. I always feel like more people should do more things in the scene in general, like and do more public things, like actually make things. I don't know. I don't want to
what
be the
kind
only
of
guy
things
doing analysis. I can't be bothered all the time, and I'm not that smart about it. You see how you did that right there at the beat extend. That's pretty cool.
I
I've always
can't see what
blocked
you're
it.
talking about.
Oh, it was on stream. You did the beat extend against the cross up pinwheel thingy.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think the optimal way to beat it is just parry, because it'll block the other way. But beat extend's cool.
Yeah, maybe. You're right.
Beat extend's pretty cool. I think the parry would be like a lot more sick though.
But you'd have to parry like extend, because otherwise you're not going to get through.
Yeah, because he can hit grab, I mean.
He can what?
He can hit grab if you parry him, so you'd have to beat extend after.
Yeah, I mean like you parry into beat extend, yes, but you use the parry as the hit confirm.
Okay, yeah, cool.
That's how parry weights work in Third Strike, my dude.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, anyone else had anything else I want to talk about?
TM also said that one thing he was really like shocked, not really shocked about, but like one thing that he was like he realized after BAM was that he had a lot of specific things that he did that just beat everybody, and now he can't do that anymore because of you. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I just think more people should do that, but I obviously like can't force anybody to do it.
Did
Nor can I force myself to do it as much.
I guess we could talk about how I played CM in Melee.
Oh yeah, he talked about it. He was like you absolutely like binned him. It was pretty funny.
I really still think I'm actually not that good at Melee.
I think that's
But he
just
said to
I
me-
think that's just bias because you realize how good actually high level melee is.
I mean, like, I'm pretty low level in the scheme of things.
Yeah, like that sort of thing is exactly why.
I went like 2-2 in the tournament, so I really am not that good.
Hey man, that's better than people who go 0-2. That's a lot of people who go 0-2 in a bracket. Let me tell you that. You can literally look at math. There's a lot of people who go 0-2.
Yeah, it's 25%.
Yeah.
But the thing that really surprised me and threw me off is after I was playing him and I was like, because I told him, oh, I'm super shit at Melee, and then
Yeah.
I was like beating him, and I was like, actually, I'm sorry, I kind of might have exaggerated a bit. I'm not that shit. But I said like, oh, what I meant is that I think I'm better at Skullgirls than I am at Melee, and he was like, I think you're better at Melee than you are at Skullgirls, and I was like, what the fuck?
All right.
I gave him the confusion look. I was like, what, huh?
Yeah. Well,
And he said, it's because always like just press buttons in scramble situations,
yeah.
and that's like a legitimately good thing to do in Melee.
Yeah. Mash
It's just
jab by
everyone's
yeah.
good at punishing it. It works in Skullgirls,
Right.
and I was like, okay. I thought that was interesting because I never thought about it like that before.
What? That you're good at mashing buttons and scrambles? I could have told you that fucking 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause I knew that you had like told me the same thing.
I think your character's
Surprisingly.
pretty good at it too. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, not Big Ben.
I mean, Big Ben's good at mashing other things, but not buttons.
Yeah. Big Ben's normals actually are so bad.
I mean, they're alright. I mean, mashing jab is not that bad for like a character with 50 reversals. A 6-frame jab is not bad at all. Where he can do this reversal, he can do that reversal, he can do his other reversal, or he can just jab, or he can just grab. Freaking reach forever ago. But yeah, I think your scramble, like, maybe not even awareness, but just like scramble activity is what puts you above a lot of people, because you put them in those scramble situations a lot more often than other people would realize. Which is why I think Mao will probably almost never beat you, because he is horrible at scrambles and you are really good at scrambles. So unless he fixes that.
Yeah. I think Mao kind of like seizes up anytime something doesn't go like how he expects.
He had to play me for almost 2 years to actually like start mashing bomber in a lot of situations. Which is, you know, kind of. I think I'm the opposite. I'm maybe a bit too trigger happy, but that works against you, so it's all good. And now it won't happen, so that's cool. But nah, yeah, like, I think the problem, if we're talking about people who aren't here, the problem with Risky is that he only has like one and a quarter and another quarter of a character. Like his Bella is, I don't know, his Bella is really suspect. And
you know what's strange about his Bella is that like he does this squiggly combo on me, and I think the combo actually doesn't even work on squiggly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever finished the full combo.
Yeah, because
but he's like never changed it.
Yeah, because he
So
never
it's like-
actually learned Bella. I've always told him he should actually just learn Bella, and he's never actually sat down and like learned Bella seriously. He just like does 380 reads and it's cool and all, but like
Yeah.
like same thing with his Big Ben, but Big Ben does like more damage for his reads and like cooler reads, I guess. So you know he gets to do more things. But I think his characters other than Valentine, where I think his Valentine's alright, you know. But like his other characters are actually so much worse. To where if I kill his Valentine, I think I won the game. Unless I like screw up really horribly. Wow.
I think I can still get 380 by the Bella though. I'm still like a little bit scared against the Bella. Well, I guess both characters like he can like they're just because of the damage.
Yeah, it's like hit you with the stupid read and you die. It's like whoa, that's scary.
Yeah. But like definitely in terms of like confidence and like game plan in neutral, he's really not got it going completely on with his characters.
I just think like that's something that he needs to fix in order to be like when I beat him again, I was just like I was relying so hard on me just killing his Valentine and just running with it, and he's really got to
Playing
fix it.
casuals at BAM, I was playing casuals Risky, and he was like asking me, "Oh, what's Big Band's safe buttons?" And I was like, "Don't you play this character?" I was like, "I pick him. I don't really play him."
I mean, yeah, that's something you got to fix, right? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's so much shit Risky's got to fix, and like I don't know.
I think
when he
Risky's
plans to
neutral
do
is probably one of the best in the community. It's just like everything else is so much worse.
Like, we gotta give some credit to Risky is that he does sort of like beat everyone except.
No,
me.
yeah, like his neutral is really good. Like the way he plays neutral with Valentine and jam session is really solid. And like again, he's got the thing where like he does the things that people can't beat, which obviously is like a big issue.
Yeah.
Which I think like separates a lot of the good quote unquote players from the not so good players is that they don't have things that other players can't beat, whereas we have stuff that the other person can't beat. Like if you get hit by Filia, you can't really beat that, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas like if you actually just sat me down and just played neutral with me, I'd probably do a lot worse. I don't know. I'm probably not giving everybody else enough credit. I'm not sure.
Kind of zoned out because I was looking at this video on Twitter of like kids in Transformers costumes and they like crouch down on the ground and it like transforms
Oh, that's cool
into the
actually.
vehicle. Yeah, I might link it. It's pretty sick.
Nice. I probably can't put that on the stream, but it's all good. Maybe I could. It's too much effort.
That's in shit posting. What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Oh, I think like one of the big things that separates the good players, quote unquote, from the not so good players currently, is that the good players have things that other people can't beat, whereas the not so good players don't have that.
I agree with that. Well, I mean, like, I also feel like maybe that's just sort of self-obvious.
No, I feel like in a lot of scenes, like the good players are actually like good at the game, whereas I feel like in
Right.
Skullgirls it's not necessarily
Yeah,
the
no,
case.
I guess there's a bit of a difference. Yeah, you're right. I understand what you're saying.
Like like the difference is not tactics. Like I feel like Skullgirls in the Skullgirls scene, the tactics are what a lot of the difference ends up being, whereas
Mhm.
in say Melee, Armada's
Definitely
not better than
Melee.
everybody else because he can do reaction tech chase or whatever. You know, he's just better at thinking about everything else or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like not even just Armada, but like anybody else at the higher levels of any gameplay. That's just kind of what I think about things. I don't know. If people want to blow me up for it, they can do that. They can first 10 me. I'll probably be.
Yeah. Did you want to do First Descent at some point?
I'd like to, probably not this week, but I'd like to do it next week. This week is pretty screwed for me. It'd be cool though. I want to see how old Falco does. I think my Robo is a lot better now than it was like 3 weeks ago, which I think is pretty crazy, but I think it's kind of cool. I might have finally cracked something.
You playing Robophilia Band?
Yeah, I think I'll keep playing that.
Well, didn't you say that about like Painwheel, like a month ago?
I did want to. I still want to play Pinwheel. I just want to play Robo more than I want to play Pinwheel. I also don't want to because I played Robo before. The effort needed to put into Robo is far less than it is to play Pinwheel because I have to learn a lot more conversions like off the cuff.
Yeah,
Whereas
Painwheel's
with
pretty
Robo-
tricky.
And whereas with Robo, I already have learned everything or like basically everything that I needed to learn, so I can just do things and just focus on the strategy. If that makes any sense.
And before that, you were gonna play Parasol, and that never actually happened. I never saw
Parasol will
you
never
play Parasol.
happen, actually. I just like Parasol as a character. The aesthetic, so to speak. I think Parasol, Pinwheel, and Beowulf are like almost kind of closely similar as character styles. I think it's kind of funny. Wow, what the fuck? Sorry.
Wait,
Parasol,
what?
Painwheel,
Like
Beowulf.
they both
One
like
of these things is not like, well, three of these things are not like the others. What the hell?
they both like stay in the air and put out big buttons, and if they hit you, they die.
Yeah, Parasol, very known for flying around. They all put all
Yeah,
his
a lot of air
Oh, I suppose
mobility
he's got
there.
Blitzer, yeah.
I mean, Blitz is not the real thing. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, if it's making any
I have
sense.
no idea what you're saying.
Or-
Doesn't that mean like Bella is the same as well?
Bella's not really the same because
Like
she's looking to
jumping
get in and
buttons?
grab you. That's different. Bella's a lot easier to
Bella
run away from her
is
as well.
Painwheel.
Alright.
They are the same character.
Alright, Jade, sit down. Shut up. Don't give me this shit. I'll beat you. And then sit down in bed and talk about matchups. Alright.
Well, I might head off. Thanks for the chat about apparently Bam.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently so.
Thanks for coming, Age. It was
Yeah,
good
definitely.
meeting you and stuff.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Wait, did you say it was nice beating you?
He said it was nice to see you too.
No, did you say it was nice beating you? I thought
It was nice meeting you. Fucking check your ears, idiot.
I think I was also talking during that. So I'm not
Get
sure.
correct, Gemma.
Alright. I think yeah, that's cool. I think I'll probably end it there because it's like 11:30. I want to go to school early tomorrow. But
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, alright, yeah.
see, it's like 2 hours and 43 minutes. It's mostly just rambling, really.
Yeah, it's like... That's your fault, you're the host. You're supposed to keep it on track.
You can shut the fuck up. It was alright. I think it was still pretty cool. Like, I don't like having a big structure to these things. I just feel like if we have big structure, it does not represent OCE, like Skullgirls OCE, because we're not very structured people.
part where like we say we're gonna end soon, and then we look at you're watching the VOD and you look at the time and it's still got like 10 minutes left.
Hey man,
I
whatever.
feel like this is the part.
I mean, I don't care.
Is it
We're ending
never
soon. It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes. 10 minutes soon. It's like if you're on an 11-hour like car ride and they're like, "How are we there yet?" You're like, "We're pretty close." You're like an hour away. That's kind of what it is. You know?
Okay, all right, good analogy.
Cool, man. So
Yeah,
it
I
was,
think I said it basically everything I had to say. I guess everyone else is gone anyway. So
yeah. I'm just giving you. Let me end the thing cool, all right? So it was cool having you guys around. It was cool having Bam, I guess, as a fun spectacle, and it really makes me want to go to the next one, which I will most certainly do because previously my visa was an issue because I didn't want to spend like $400 getting a tourist visa for a weekend. And I don't have to do that anymore because that's pretty cool.
$200.
400, dude.
400.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
What the hell?
It is what it is. But now that I don't have to do that anymore. Coming to the next BAM would be pretty fun. Maybe even coming to an earlier event would be pretty tight. If we like actually organize a Skullgirls event.
I might go to OHN this year.
OHN is probably not going to be very good or like very big because
Oh, you don't think so? Why not?
they didn't get a lot of the sponsors they were going to get. Like I know for certain like they might not even have Smash. Like it's that bad.
Wait,
they just
what?
can't afford the space.
Okay, alright, fuck
Whoa.
OHN.
Like they just don't have enough space, so they probably might not even have like Smash or whatever. Like I know they're like not gonna have rivals, for instance. They just can't afford the space. Like stuff like that is gonna be happening. If that's the case, then I don't really want to go to OHN for that. I definitely like if we could organize like a Skullgirls
What else
summit.
is there? Oh, you want to do like just someone's house?
Yeah, it'd be really tight. I mean, like if we if you got like a B&B for the weekend or whatever, Airbnb for like a week
Yeah,
or whatever.
that could be tight. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
That'd be really, really sick. But otherwise, I don't really have much else to say. Boot, do you have anything?
Nah, I don't have anything else.
Oh, I have something else to say.
Sweet.
My family were watching the stream, and my sister really liked your alpaca, and she said she wanted to be friends with you.
She what?
She wanted to be friends with you.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, wait.
Me or the alpaca?
I don't know. Maybe both.
I see. It's a great alpaca. It's the best.
Hey, Boot, you don't know my history with alpacas.
Oh no! What did you do?
I had a picture of an alpaca as my display picture everywhere for like 3 years.
Oh really? I actually did not know that.
Yeah, because I like swapped it out like way before you came in.
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
Like I think when you came in, I had the Magneto looking at you, and now I have this one.
Yeah.
I don't
remember that one.
switch pictures very often, but when I do, it's pretty cool. It's a good
Yeah?
banger. I'll post the picture over here. It'll be really funny. But yeah, it was cool. Man was tight. It was fun to watch. You guys are awesome. I hate this community, but I also love this community. I'll see you guys later. Peace.